There's $250,000 to first place, and you guys aren't in the arena. It's time to get off your ass and get in the lobby. It's Short King winter, dude. It's Short King summer, dude. It just feels like no one in fantasy sports ever learns anything. Does he mistime it, or is Brock Bowers just a grown man? Brock Bowers is just a grown man. Dare I say, Rich, football might be back. In the words of Lane Johnson, this offense looks constipated. It's Short King summer. GM, everyone. GM. It's a beautiful day to be alive, a beautiful day to be in the lobbies, a beautiful day to draft in the big board. The big board is, it's filling faster, honestly, than I thought. We are already at a 7.4% fill rate in the big board. If you were hoping to max the little board, by the way, I'd start entering some slows because it is 13.6%. Phil, it is a great day. It's a great day for drafting. People have said there's never been a better day for drafting in the big board fantasy football contest. We're just gonna draft for a while. I'm gonna draft here for a while. Gonna hop in right now. Feel free to come in and join in the lobbies with me if you are so interested. Gonna be here for a while. Maybe until noon or so, noon central, and then I'm going to have some lunch. I'm going to take my dog out, and then I will be back, and I will be streaming with Soccer Dave. Our members-only show is at 1:30 p.m. Central Time on the Swolecast channel. If you are not a member of the Swolecast and you want to watch that, you can do that there. I would encourage you guys, if you have not, I did an NBA stream last night for the first time. I would encourage you guys to check out the unabated premium sports betting and DFS pick'em tools. Working on a partnership with them. The more times you guys click that link, the more times you guys sign up. That helps me continue doing this show. Because as you know, State Farm is always waiting. I mean, imagine if I don't win $250,000, which obviously I am. I mean, let's be real. I will be winning first place in this contest. You guys are going to get to see it as I continue to stream every single big board. People are saying, Davis, was that a good idea? Was it a good idea to stream all 150 of your big boards? No. I'm realizing right now, as I'm only 8 drafts in, this is draft number 8, not a particularly good idea. But nevertheless, we persist because while everyone else is sleeping, while everyone else is taking time off, I'm grinding the rookies. I'm grinding, Senior Bowl weigh-ins. I actually watched the highlights from the Senior Bowl last night. I had a tweet that I wanted to pull up that I think is pretty relevant to all of our experience. Let me close my DMs first. This is a tweet from Shane Hallam, longtime, I don't know if you'd call him a scout, longtime dynasty guys, full-time in the industry. But I'm seeing this more and more. Senior Bowl Day 2 thoughts from Shane Hallam. QB Jackson Dart is all caps him. I had a first-round grade on him coming in, and honestly, he is very close to Cam Ward / Shadur Sanders. Day 2 showcase Dart's reading, progression, ability in 11-on-11s. Feet are clean, quick release, checks the boxes. Want you guys to be pretty locked in on that because I think Dart has the ability to be a huge value in these contests. Yes. While everyone else is sleeping, warm in their little beds, tucked in, looking like the sleepy time bear, we're tying up our money in a very top-heavy contest for a 5.7% edge. We're built different. We're built different, Mookie, and I want you to remember that. Yeah, I did a little board this morning while I was at the gym doing incline bench press, and Baker Mayfield went 1-2. So I think, these are just going to be weird drafts. It's really early, and I don't think they're going to be too strict about canceling them. I think is where I'm at. I'm just not going to sweat. And my God, man, New Me and Hope Please do not let me get to 150 drafts on stream and then cancel. Please do not let me get to 150 on stream and then cancel. I also just realized this. Pretty good chance I'm going to have to start multi-tabling these. Like relatively high degree of confidence. Wow, Justin Jefferson goes at the 1-6 after Gibbs. All right, we are going to take Mr. Nacua. Just really can't imagine how tilted I would be to have these canceled. Don't want that. Anyway, what I was saying was I almost for sure gonna have to multi-table these. And I'll have to figure out how that works for streaming. Like what is the right way to multi-table on stream. But there's just almost no way I get 150 in one at a time. So you know what? That's true, Chad. Thank you. I promised I'd stream 150 drafts, not 150 that get used. Yeah, Porzingis was not great. No Tingus for me last night. No zinger. Yes. This is actually a great take from Mr. Darkside Dev. LeQuint is like a huge sleeper for me. Dang, I really wanted Bowers. So I do have Lad ranked here, but it does feel kind of bad. Do you guys want to watch me take Derrick Henry? Do you guys want to watch me take Derrick Henry in January? Let's do it. Let's live a little. We got Derrick Henry a couple spots after ADP. No one can say now that Davis Mattek faded Derrick Henry. Neighborhood wants to see me smacking 6 pieces of nicotine gum doing 5 big boards at a time. Well, if it's February 22nd and the big board is 52% full and I'm at like 50, we might get to see me chomping on nicotine gum, mainlining bum energy drinks, drafting 5 at a time. Look at this. I take Derrick Henry. I take Derrick Henry one time, and we get puke emojis in the chat. I think he's like a pretty terrible pick. But also, I do feel like this is just my opinion. I feel like there's a pretty significant drop-off after Genty, A-Chain, and Bowers. Like, I think, remember kind of how flat the second round was last year? I feel like the second round to me legitimately goes from Henry to Garrett Wilson, honestly, all the way down at 30. Like, I think you could make convincing arguments for any of those guys, honestly. GM to all my boys over on twitch.tv/DavisMattek. A reminder that if you want to watch without ads and you have Amazon Prime, you can go over to twitch.tv/DavisMattek. You can use your Amazon Prime. Bada bing, bada boom. You get to watch ad-free. No ads. Costs you nothing. I think it makes me about $2 a month if you use your Amazon Prime on twitch.tv/DavisMattek. Well, Jordan, you're not alone. Jordan, you're super not alone. I think we might just have to accept that 31-year-old Derrick Henry is going to put us in a casket. Oh, maybe there is a way to do this, actually, Tim. To share 2 screens. We could do that. Become the red zone of best ball streamers. I need to let me do my research. Let me talk to Peter. Because we're almost certainly, I just think there's no way I'm gonna get 150 in one at a time. Right? Tough scenes, but we'll do our best. Bucky Irving, man, Bucky Irving feels like he could either be this year's A-Chain in terms of the super smash of the 2-3 turn, or he could really be, funnily enough, he could like totally be what I'm worried about with Chase Brown, where the Buccaneers take a bigger bodied guy and it's just over. So this is why I do like passing on the wide receiver there. I don't love it, but you have JSN, who I've ranked here. You have McBride. Now, I owe you guys who subscribe on patreon.com/DavisMattek. I owe you guys a rankings update. I am going to move McBride down a hair. I'm going to take JSN here. So we've got Henry, Puka, and Jackson Smith and Jigba. Yes. Someone just said a very key thing. Yes, this somehow people are drafting the slowest they've ever drafted in these. Like, it just completely insane. People are draining the entire clock in all these drafts. I don't understand. Yeah, I could just tab back and forth. Maybe we'll try it at the end of this stream. Do you guys want to at like noon Central Time? Maybe I try and do 2 at a time, like the 4th and 5th drafts of the stream or something like that. Yeah, it's true. If you're drafting at January 30th at 10 a.m., I thought you'd be locked in. Ooh, got stuck on a treadmill for an hour and a half this morning. Yeah, the auto drafters are brutal. No, the slow drafts are incredible. Neighborhood. I disagree. The slow drafts for the little board, maybe this is just a personal perspective, but I'm really enjoying the just slow drafts existing because I wouldn't be able to do these other contests. You know, I just there would truly not be enough hours in the day for me to do the little board if there wasn't for slow. 20 drafts into the little board. I think I've only gotten one 101, I believe. And I took Barkley. Yeah, I do need to be doing some slow dingers because I want to have a sweat with everyone else. I wonder if I didn't do a good job of advertising this, but we did do a members only dinger fast draft with the guys from Stacking Dingers. Okay. I mean, JMO, I don't think I have any JMO yet. It's JMO or Lamar. This room seems woke, so let's try and push Lamar around. Let's do JMO. So we've got Henry, Nacua, JSN, and JMO. So all of our quarterbacks are going to be live late. I like that. Whenever C Money shows up, C Money last night on the Dog Bowl stream was telling me, dude, you didn't get any. I think I did 9 on stream yesterday, and he said, dude, you didn't get any Shea. Just do 1. And in the last draft, the 9th draft, I got the 101, and I took Jokic again. And he said, come on, bro, just take Shea once. And boy, I should have just taken Shea. I agree with this. I think round 3 Garrett Wilson is one of the best picks because Adams, I think, is pretty unlikely to return to the Jets. Chad, if you go check the rankings, I changed that. I to give you guys a peek behind the curtain, what I did for the rankings was I averaged ADP and a couple other inputs, and then I just made adjustments on my own. And so some of the things I just missed on the first run through, they were pretty rough. I got them out, but I will probably have a rankings update for patreon.com/DavisMattek subscribers. I would assume this afternoon, possibly tomorrow morning, but that is one of the things that I fixed. All right, Lamar goes to the turn drafter. I get in a lot of rooms with this guy. Hawkberg, Chase, Jacobs, Bucky, Adams, Lamar. I feel like neither Adams or Tyreek. I feel like the Commanders are going to intelligently try and stay young with Jane Daniels. Ayuk seems like a better guy in the range. Do we think Debo and Shakir and Burden are going to have a better season? I mean, really, I suppose it just depends who or when does Brandon Ayuk return. And remember, Brandon Ayuk was brutal to start last season. Like, Brandon Ayuk could not really have been worse. He had the one good game, what was it, against the Vikings, where he looked okay, but he was, yes, tight end prices Tight end and quarterback prices are way off right now. Couldn't really be more off. And that is like we're not even a week into this contest being open. So there's going to be some big adjustments. Let me share the Brandon Ayuk route stuff. Yeah, so Brandon Ayuk was 21% targets per route run. He just was not efficient. He was just brutal usage. All right, so Lamar did go. I do like these 5th-round running backs. Oh, a late Tet or another Kenneth Walker team. We could maybe push. Small chance we get Walker coming around. You know what? No, we're taking Walker. Yeah, I will not be clicking Khalil Shakir. I don't think there will. In fact, I think there's reason to think that Shakir will be worse next year because I imagine the Buffalo Bills are likely to try and make a significant pass catching addition. The biggest play of their season. Do you know who they went to? The biggest play of their season? Amari Cooper. They threw a screen to Amari Cooper on 3rd and 10. Yeah. It's not that Shakir is a bad player. He certainly is not a bad player. He's just a bad fit for the scoring system. You know what? Actually, let me even create a timestamp for this because I want this big time on the record. The number one thing I've learned for fantasy football and Underdog is to just value guys appropriately for the scoring system. Touchdowns are so important. And I think some of the big mistakes I made last year, and honestly in BRs and things too, is just not valuing touchdowns enough. Just not valuing guys who are more likely than other guys at their ADP. Yes, this is why Henry is a smash. This is why Joe Mixon, who I'm not really going to click, Mixon could kill me. It's why Walker is a good pick. It's why Montgomery is a good pick. It's why here at this range, it's why I think, Laporta, who I'm not going to take, I think is totally defendable. It's why Godwin finally was good last season after being bad for multiple years. This is actually a tough pick. I click Godwin a lot here for safety. Certainly an argument that he is a bad pick in the big board because of like his quarterback uncertainty, like who is going to be his quarterback. But yeah, by and large, I think I have, yes, Dortch, a really good example is Wandale, a really good example of this. Just in general, not valuing the types of players who can score 2 touchdowns in a game, who like their spike weeks are not going to be 8 for 90, but their spike weeks are going to be 3 for 63, but a touchdown included. Yes, it is a good Debo price. And we've been talking a lot about Debo Samuel on these streams because it's such a crazy price. I do need to bring Debo's SPO track up. Debo is not really an easy cut. $31 million of dead cap to be cut here. Counts $15 million against the cap, and then he goes into his void year after that. So I went into doing these drafts thinking, oh, Debo can't be a 49er. I think Debo is almost certainly going to be a 49er. $31 million to not have Debo on your team, or $15 million to have Debo on your team. Now, I don't know if there's a trade kicker or anything like that. Maybe there's something in here. He's got rushing yard incentives, 16 point. It already guaranteed. Yeah, does anyone know if he's got like a trade kicker or something? I don't think he does. I think it's pretty unlikely Debo gets traded at this point. Maybe not unlikely. Well, I guess this is the thing. does that dead money kick in for either team if he gets traded? Because you do see that in NFL trades where the dead money gets transferred to the new team. And I don't know the answer to that question. I'm going to guess right now, Thursday, January 30th at 9:18 a.m. Central Time. I'm going to guess Debo begins the season. Debo would be a sick 49er. He would actually fit in well with the McDaniels offense. All right, so this is why I think we did a good move there, taking Godwin, because now we have Travion, and then it goes all the way down to Shaheed. So I think there's a real cliff there. No rookies yet. We're going to take Travion Henderson. Henderson, I think, is a little rich in the 70s. The usage just went, well, it didn't go down. Like, he was a good player, but he went from, 183 to 107 to 156 to 144. So he never had more than 210 touches, and that was the most. So this is the title of the video. Are the rookies the worst fantasy football values? And I think the answer is yes in the aggregate, but this is what is so fun about the big board is 6 of these guys are going to be the best values on the board. I don't know which ones, but, between Scadaboo and Devin Neal and DJ Giddens and Ollie Gordon and Bayshell Tootin and Khalil Mullings and Damian Martinez and RG Harvey and Dylan Sampson and Kyle Manungai and I don't even know, like Jordan James, Trevor Etienne. Some of these guys are going to be the best values on the board. Like, literally, if Damian Martinez is a 3rd round pick to the Cincinnati Bengals, where does Damian Martinez go in Best Ball Mania? If Ollie Gordon is a 2nd round pick to the Chiefs, no, I disagree with this. I disagree that Scadaboo is Kyle Juszczyk with good PR. I think he is... What's a really good comp for Scadaboo? Scadaboo is like... let me pull up the box score scout, because I don't want to say something that is too far off base. Because I've been thinking a lot about him. I do think Scadaboo is probably the most overdrafted of these guys, but at the same time, I also don't want to have 0. Yeah, I mean, imagine if Devin Neal goes. Yes, Maurice Jones-Drew is a pretty good one. I like that for him. All right. We don't have a quarterback up. I don't love taking Shaheed here. I do like Njoku here. Let's do that. All right, so we add Njoku to Puka, JSN, JMO, Godwin. Let me star my quarterbacks so I don't forget. First star method of the year. You guys see that? First star method of the season. Baker, Goff, Ward for Njoku, and Geno. First star method of the season, boys. Star method coming through legit. White Samaj, yes, there you go. I knew we'd get there. Yes, he is White Samaj AP, Ryan. That is a really, really good comp for who Scadaboo could be. Just like nothing fancy, really good on passing downs. That is really early for Cooper Kupp. I don't think the Raiders are trading up. Oh yeah. All the big board, brother. I'm maxing the big board on stream. All right, what is Scadaboo's listed weight? Scadaboo's 40 time. His NFL Draft Buzz listed scouting time is 4.6. So let's plug in 4.6. Cam Scadaboo's listed weight 216. Oh, there's just I bet my life I bet my life Cam Scatterboo weighs more than 216. So let's go 220. What do we think his 3-cone is? I bet it's pretty good. I'll put 6'9" in. You know what? Rashad White is a really good comp, actually. Rashad White is an insanely good comp. Let's put 7 flat in, actually. That feels more likely. Rashad White is definitely the comp. James Starks. These guys are all too small. None of these guys are big enough. Like, none of these guys are even close to 220. 230, who is that? Daniel Thomas, I could see that. I lost my tab. Okay, there we go. Tight end run here. I need to move Dallas Goedert up in my rankings as well. No, I think. Oh, Michael Turner. Michael Turner was pretty athletic. He is not going to be that athletic. There's no chance. No chance. 6.6 is yes. No chance. 6.6 would be like Dree Archer might have had a 6.6 3-cone time. Like the most agile guy you've ever heard of. If he does 6'9" 3-cone, then you can get excited. Look at how in my rankings I have all these quarterbacks bunched up. So I do need to fix that as well. Okay, we are about up. We have got 3 running backs. This is a wide receiver pick probably, and it's a bad range. Well, it's actually not that bad of a range for wide receiver. Because this team can certainly eat Diggs not playing for the start of the season. Yeah, Puka, JSN, J-Mo, Godwin, we can eat Diggs. Yeah, Diggs. Diggs tore his ACL in week 8. Could be back by like week 6. No, I mean, this is very funny. Historical anomalies. You just like the White comp because he has White in his name. No, but what I like about it is they're both big-bodied dudes that are not going to be valued for their rushing. They're going to be valued for their pass catching and their passing down stuff. Todd McShay said on his podcast that Jack Beck has been the best wide receiver, Terrence Ferguson the best tight end, and LaQuint Allen catches everything. LaQuint Allen, there's your round 20 mega sleeper. I think LaQuint Allen is a possible selection on day 2. I could see a team that needs a pass catcher. I don't know who's a team that really needs a pass catching running back. Let's go through some of the possibilities here. Who could take LaQuint Allen in the 3rd round? I could see the Patriots taking him. He could fit them. I could see the Jaguars taking him. The Broncos feel like they're live to take anyone. Yeah, the Colts. The Colts really need him. Jordan, trust me, buddy. I get it, man. There's nothing like getting some work done and just having something nice and chill playing in the background. GM bindles. Yeah, the Colts really do need a passing down back. Looks like we're about done with the Najee Harris value. Najee kind of getting up to an appropriate price. The first couple days the contest was open, Najee was one of the best values. I hope the Patriots, honestly, don't take this the wrong way if you're a Patriots fan. I hope the Patriots don't get him. I want him to go into a situation where he can start to score fantasy points immediately. All right, we missed on Goff with J-Mo, but we are going to be able to take another running back that I really like here, I think, unless OMG takes him. OMG takes Spears. We're going to take ETN. I think ETN, I mean, this is a very popular opinion, obviously, but that's the Bucky Irving in that offense. Doug Martin was just way better in college than Scattaboo, like way better. But Doug Martin is an interesting comp. I don't think this is not true. The Patriots are not quote unquote so far away from being good because they already solved the hard part. They have a quarterback who can play. So you get one wide receiver. You just take like 6 offensive linemen in the draft and sign. I think I'm mostly playing it like Cam Ward is going to be the quarterback for the Browns or Kirk Cousins. It's certainly not going to be Jameis, and it's certainly not going to be Deshaun Watson. GM, Mr. Yosh. GM to Yosh on Twitter, on Twitch. I don't think they have to fix the entire receiving core. I mean, Drake May is clearly not as good as Jaden Daniels, but I think if you get him one guy and some offensive line help and a different offensive coordinator, I think we're headed in a good direction with the Patriots. But I don't know if it's good enough. Well, they were not already good, Nick. They were definitely not already good. The 49ers are like the number 1 team to add a running back. The 49ers are going to add a minimum of 1. But this I agree with. I do think getting Alex Van Pelt out of anything to do with the offense is a huge win. Couldn't be a bigger win to get rid of Alex Van Pelt, I think. All right. Puka, Henry, JSN, J-Mo, Kenneth Walker, Chris Godwin, Travion Henderson, David Njoku, Stephon Diggs, Travis Etienne. The quarterbacks are starting to get snapped up, so we probably need to take one here. I don't think any of these wide receivers are like a huge miss. It's like pretty flat in this range at wide receiver. Travis Hunter's ADP did finally adjust. I don't think Guerendo is going to be the number 2. Guerendo didn't even make the opening day roster. Okay. Frickin' Trevor Lawrence goes. That is annoying. So we do need a wide receiver. It's honestly probably right about the range where Travis Hunter makes sense. You know what? Let's live a little. Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter ahead of ADP, man. I've been drafting Kupp as if he's a Patriot because I think that's the best spot for him and one of the more likely ones with Higgins unlikely. I don't know. It feels like if Stafford is the quarterback of the Rams, isn't Cooper Kupp just going to be back on the Rams? Stafford is not going to let his dude go. What's the $29 million cap hit? $22 million of dead cap if he's cut. Unclear if there's... he is guaranteed a roster bonus on March 15th. So if it happens, it's probably going to happen there. I don't think he's a lock to go on. I think they were talking about Abdul Carter. I believe the Titans guy was talking about Abdul Carter. So this team is definitely going to be weak at quarterback, which you don't love. All right, we're up. You know what? This team is just like desperate for some ceiling. I think let's take Richardson. Unstacked Richardson, but like I can get 80 Mitchell later. But this team is just, we missed on all the expensive part of our stacks. So let's do Richardson. Cooper Kupp is not a Raven. I will say that. Cooper Kupp is not going to be a Raven. That is like the exact opposite. The Ravens are all about explosive plays. They're all about speed. Bateman, Flowers, Aguilar, even Tez Walker. AR gonna take a leap. That I could see. I could definitely see Kupp as a complimentary wide receiver in Minnesota. What's the over/under for Richardson game start? 8.5, maybe. 8.5 games, something like that. No, the Cowboys cannot sign T. They are in a terrible cap situation. Cowboys probably one of the least likely teams to get T. Higgins, I would think. But, you know, what can you do? AR, Anthony Richardson, Pierce plus AD is your Mahomes-worthy Rushy. Well, at least they're cheaper. Comment quickly on the 2 boring second-round picks. I think Henry and London are probably both... I mean, I took Henry on this team. I think they're both probably quite good picks, honestly. London could have just like a mega ceiling with Penix. Still feels like Genti is most likely to the Cowboys. T is definitely not for sure gone. They're just gonna have to do some fancy cap work. I'm sure they're trying. I am positive that Underdog is trying to, whatever state you're in, I'm positive that they're trying to get legal. Brashard Smith is definitely draftable. My guy Ray GQ, you guys can check him out over on Destination Devi. He's actually at the Senior Bowl right now, and he was sending some tweets saying Brashard Smith looks like one of the best running backs there. All right, we need potentially another quarterback here or a wide receiver. None of the tight ends are really leaping out at me. Well, what if we took Kyle Shitz? Oh, Penix just went. Tight end's pretty flat here. All right, let's take Ward with Njoku. And this could maybe even be a 4 tight end team. How much? You mean Justin Herbert? I don't think I've only done like 9 drafts, but I don't think I've taken very many of him yet. Everyone loves T. I mean, everyone with any cap money is going to try and get T. Higgins. Oh, his fullback. I did not know. I didn't know Justin Herbert's brother was a fullback. I believe Mr. GQ is going to be on soon. I sent him a message last week. I think it was before his account got hacked, but I believe Mr. Ray GQ, who was at the Senior Bowl, is going to come on soon. Biggest hits, Chase Brown. Biggest misses, everything else. Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, Alvin Kamara, the whole entire Kansas City Chiefs offense, Dontavian Wicks. What else did I miss on? Plenty of things. Last year was, since best ball existed, since best ball began, last year was not even close to my worst season. First year I ever advanced fewer than 20% of my teams. Worthy was good in the fantasy playoffs too. It just was too little, too late. Really, I would say I could boil it down to 2 things. I discounted the veteran running backs too much. We do need a second tight end. We need an adult in the room. I'm taking Zach Ertz. I don't care, bro. I'm taking Zach Ertz. I discounted the veteran running backs too much, and I believed that the Kansas City Chiefs would attempt to score points in the regular season, and they really could not have been less interested in scoring points in the regular season. Yeah, there's already a huge overreaction to running backs. So like I'll show you some of the James Cook, huge overreaction. Joe Mixon, huge overreaction. Chuba Hubbard, huge overreaction. I think Kamara honestly is an overreaction. Just the vibes are so bad for the Saints. I think Montgomery, who I even kind of like at the price he is, I think is a bit of an overreaction. But this range right here is just full of guys, Ramondre, Dobbins, Swift, who are just like so close to going to zero. Like, man, do you know how close it is that J.K. Dobbins is like maybe not in the NFL next season? J.K. Dobbins is on the knife's edge of not being on a starting roster, like on a 53-man roster to begin the season. And he's a 9th round pick or whatever. I think the Bears just add a guy in the draft. Ben Johnson's already ran DeAndre Swift out of town once. I think I make of the Sincere McCormick run that he's about the same thing as the Zamir White run. He was a guy who weighed 225 pounds for a archaic idiot coach, and he's going to be replaced by someone else very soon. Probably by Cam Scadaboo. Yeah, Gainwell is a free agent. I think I like Shipley. Shipley is just the new Kenneth Gainwell. Huberman, who would Huberman take next? Huberman would take whatever running back got the most sleep. Huberman would take Austin Eckler because Eckler is a workout freak, probably. I can't believe I took Travis Hunter. That was probably a little bit stupid. We are drafting in the big board. I'm drafting all 150 of my big boards right now. What would I do with Jalen McMillan in Dynasty? I would buy. I would either hold Jalen McMillan or I would buy Jalen McMillan. Like if I could send a 2nd round rookie pick for Jalen McMillan right now, I'd be a buyer. Okay. Oh, you know what? I guess I'm just going a full unstacked team because I'm taking Justin Fields ahead of Stafford and Geno. A fully uncorrelated unstacked team, a quarterback room of Anthony Richardson, Cam Ward, and Justin Fields. What could possibly go wrong? Henry, Ken Walker, Travion Henderson, and Travis Etienne in the running back room. Puka Nacua, JSN, JMO, Chris Godwin, Steph Diggs, and Travis Hunter for wide receivers. David Njoku and Zach Ertz as our tight ends. Yeah, I think Godwin goes back to Tampa. I would say the play calling is certainly what indicated to me that he didn't like him because he really marginalized Swift's role his final year there. I've not been drafting any of these guys. These are the exact no Abdullah. No, I'm going the other way in the 20th round. I'm taking like Jordan James and LaQuint Allen and these guys in the 20th round. Worthy by many spots. Oh, you know what? I did mean to do this. I did mean to do a sidekick draft with my rankings uploaded. I'll probably do that tomorrow morning. I need to do another run through of my rankings. But I will be firing up the sidekick probably tomorrow. Well, you needed a lot. You needed a lot more. I mean, what? Barkley had a 45% advance rate himself last year. So if you just didn't have Barkley, you didn't have Kamara, you didn't have Henry, It's a good question. Jacob kind of like takes like a month off at the end of the season. So it'll probably be a little while until we do it. And I'm sure there is strategy, but I'm just firing what I could get done. Nick, doing big boards versus little boards. All right, we are on the clock. We need a running back or a wide receiver. Running back is super flat here. Wide receiver probably isn't. You know what? Gabe Davis is a pretty good pick. And then we are just going to end with our favorite rookie running backs. Shit, I guess I should have taken Pierce. One quarterback dynasty, what pick would you move for Cup straight up? It's a good question. Probably like the 208 off the top of my head. Do you ever do team structures of 3-7-7-3? Sure, I might. I mean, it would depend. And I don't always take 3 quarterbacks. I don't always take 3 tight ends. Like if you take McBride, or if you take Josh, you certainly don't have to take a third tight end or a third quarterback. No, I don't. The thing in Dynasty is a guy like Mahomes is just impossible for him to lose value. He will just always hold his value. Like Mahomes just had like the worst statistical season of his career and he was still like fine. No, I think the Bengals are going to take a running back in the draft, which is why I'm a little bit lighter on Chase Brown at his ADP than you guys probably thought I would be. Like Chase Brown was my most drafted running back last year. But it's just too good. Yeah, Hollywood is like such a good pick. I think I'm heavier on Worthy, lower on Rice than the market. I'm a little bit worried about this LCL injury, and I do think they will re-sign Hollywood. Hollywood feels pretty likely to be back with the team. Hopkins feels less likely to me to be back with the team. All right, we've got a running back room of Henry, Walker, Travion, and Etienne. Probably one of my favorite picks right now, if I'm a little bit lighter on Kamara. Don't do it. Soups, please don't take him. He's going to. He's going to take Kendra right now. Oh, don't do it, man. And he's whining. He's taking the whole clock too. Oh, take Justice Hill. All right, Kendre Miller. So if you're a little bit light on Kamara, because a big thing is the Saints do not have the draft capital to spend on a running back. They're one of the few teams that like truly has no ability, or like would be insanely stupid of them, beyond stupid, to take a running back. Yeah, it's not great. Yeah, Hopkins, I think, seems done. Yeah, odds of Chase Brown keeping 97% of their carries seems pretty low. I didn't think Ollie Gordon looked that much like Derrick Henry, but he is a big dude. Ollie Gordon weighs 233 pounds. That was how much he weighed in at the Senior Bowl. That is a big dude. I mean, Kamara got the usage. You couldn't, if you drafted Kamara last year, you couldn't complain, but Kendre is just like a really high upside handcuff, could get some standalone usage. Well, I started out thinking like, oh man, Taysom is awesome, but he's a 35-year-old guy coming back from an ACL tear. So I don't love that. Don't love coming back from the ACL tear at that age. All right, we need one more wide receiver, one more running back. There's going to be a running back we like anywhere. Who is a wide receiver that makes sense here? We don't really have much rookie juice, so we're going to take Jalen Noel from Iowa State University. Sure, yes. There's no scenario where his role from last year comes back. Like literally 0.0% possibility of last year's role. My favorite last round tight end, I don't even really want to say it because I don't want to get sniped in this draft, but Gunnar Helm is the best tight end 3 right now. I think Jonathan Brooks is unlikely to play football this year and potentially might never play in the NFL. He has injured his same ACL twice in the last 16 months. He's kind of headed on the Loveland is very expensive. Loveland is not cheap. Loveland, I believe, is the tight end 16. Yeah, tight end 17 for Colston Loveland. Gunnar Helm is a final round selection. Please don't snipe me, bro. Yeah, Barner, I'm not really that into. Helm feels like he is. I'd encourage you to not overreact to this, but I did see this. There's a clip of Harold Fannin like running this terrible route. Harold Fannin route. Let's see if I can pull up a video. But I don't know, man. I think it's a little bit overrated. Arroyo not getting drafted yet, but he will because he's getting a ton of pub at the combine, or not the combine. But yeah, people are really hating on what Harold Fannin is doing at the Senior Bowl. I don't know. I'm just so not a Tyler Conklin guy. Some people are Conklin guys, some people aren't. I don't get the Conk Daddy thing. Oh yeah, yes. I will definitely stream all 150 BBMs. I mean, you can just... If I can stream 150 big boards, brother, this shit is easy. Who do I need to add in? Who is I going to say? Oh, LaQuint. LaQuint Allen went, bro. Hochberg, you son of a gun. You son of a gun, brother. And Khalil Mullings went. Brutal. All right, this will be a Brashard Smith team. Not going to be a Jaden Blue team, I'll tell you that much. Donovan Edwards. My guy, historical anomalies. Can't believe I got sniped on Gunnar Helm. Yes, yeah, 4 months is going to feel... that just feels easy. Woody Marks goes where he goes because the default rankings that came out on day 1 had him as a high pick. That's literally it. Who just took Brashard Smith, bro? Are you kidding me? Historical anomalies. Was Donovan Edwards the one you were telling me about as the best pass-catching running back you've ever seen? From Michigan? Historical Anomalies in Discord was telling me that that Donovan Edwards is this awesome pass-catching running back, but that they basically abandoned the forward pass when they started Alex Orgy. Not Alex Orgy. Maybe, is it Alex? Yes, people just get anchored. All right, I'm taking Donovan Edwards. So Historical Anomalies, hope you didn't lead me wrong. Let's do the team recap. we took Puka Nacua at the 1-7, Derrick Henry in the second round, JSN, Jameson Williams, Ken Walker, Chris Godwin, Travion Henderson, David Njoku, Steph Diggs. Wish I would have been able to get Bond there or Golden. ETN, I think, was pretty strong. Hunter, maybe a bit of a mistake. I wanted Lawrence. Could have argued to just take May there because my quarterback room is pretty thin. I've got Richardson and Cam Ward and Justin Fields as my quarterback. Zach Ertz as tight end 2. Gabe Davis for some veteran reliability. Kendre Miller, Jalen Noel, Gunnar Helm, and Donovan Edwards. This is a good team. This is a good team. Obviously would have preferred the final pick to have been Brashard Smith or Damian Martinez or LaQuinn Allen. But I guess when I draft with you guys, I'm probably not going to get all my dudes. Yes, good team, but very live. I mean, very live to have 0 quarterbacks in like week 2. All right. Let's get into the next draft. This is draft 9 of 150. My God, that sounds so daunting. $150 drafts is 150 drafts is a lot. I do think, especially if you're taking these rookies, you do need 3. Yeah, no doubt in my mind. If you're taking Richardson, Fields, like honestly, even if you're taking like Darnold or whatever, you do probably need to be taking 3. Also, I just got an email about best practices for monetized YouTube channels. And they say I need to be mentioning YouTube memberships more. So there's a link to join in both the chat and in the YouTube description. When you join the channel, you get to join the Discord. You get members only videos. You get all of your comments highlighted on the stream. You get a lot of things if you join the channel. So please click the little join button. $5 a month, $4.99, I believe. Allows you to hang out in the Discord. There you go. Clay says just the Discord is worth the price. But yeah. I think they just listen to the data. And I think they say that mentioning joining as a YouTube member is big. The bye week bros are not drafting right now. The bye week bros, they're having too hard of a time. 100% we are going to get some multi-table streams. I think I'm even going to try and do one today. I think maybe the final draft today I will try and do too. Dang. All right, we will do a Jahmyr Gibbs team at the 1-5. Honestly, I think if the correct ADP, I think, Jefferson normally does not go here, but certainly you want Jefferson over Gibbs, I think, most of the time. Man, I'm almost out of coffee. I think you really like having a top 5 draft slot. Chase, Jefferson, Barkley, Bijan, and even Gibbs, I think, are a pretty big tier above the next group of guys. To me. So I think one vid idea I loved from 2-ish years ago was the group multi-table stream. You're saying everyone's doing a different draft at the same time? Like 5 people are doing 5 individual drafts? It was nice when you could start Saquon AJB. I mean, I know, isn't that so funny? I can't believe they launched that shit the day the conference championships opened. That is so funny of them. All together. Well, something to ponder. I mean, I wonder, you guys are probably going to hate the multi-tabling. Are you in the Discord, Mr. Tassel? You can send the link in there. I don't think YouTube will let you post videos in there. I mean, Leggett was not that bad last year. I think you're giving Leggett a little bit of a hard time. Leggett had an up and down rookie year, but he was not terrible. End of the year, 500 yards, 5 touchdowns. I mean, yeah. He was injured. But yes, the year 5 breakout wide receiver not performing. Puka AJB, that is a hot start from Pot Roski 26. I just know Bull in a China Shop is going to snap off Bowers here, and I'm going to tilt. I mean, Keon Coleman plays with a far better quarterback. Wow, we do get Bowers. All right. The old running back tight end start. Surely no way that this goes south. Here, let me run a stat head filter for my guy Xavier Leggett, who was a first round pick. Don't forget, he was a first round pick. No, it does. Yes. Multi-tabling. I 100% agree. That's why I'm not multi-tabling right now. It does suck to watch. But some people are saying it might have been a mistake by me to have said I was going to stream all 150 big boards. Yeah, I mean, 0 RB remains the best way to build super teams. Okay. Single seasons, descending fantasy points PPR will go since 2015 to 2024. Played wide receiver, receiving yards, fewer than 500. Biographical filter, year of player's career, first year. Draft status, drafted round 1. Get results. Now, Leggett was the best of these guys. Leggett is far and away the best of these guys. Let me make this pick, and we'll go. Oh man, give me JSN. Give me. Oh, you know what? These guys are great bailout picks, honestly. Yes, Swolecast, Membies only. Did I take JSN last time? I did take JSN last time, so let's take Garrett Wilson this time. Swolecast members only. 1:30 p.m. Central Time today. I can't watch marathon drafting teams due to how boring multi-tabling is. Well, hey, either way, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Tassel. Here's the thing. Peter and Neil will be able to hold it over my head. Peter and Neil will be able to dunk on me, and I don't want Peter and Neil to dunk on me. No chance. 0% chance does Genty go to the Browns. Okay, anyway, back to the filter. So guys who theoretically broke out after this. Johnston broke out. Pearsall broke out at the end of this. Parker broke out later in his career. Coleman, Rager, Ruggs, Tony, huge bust. Corey Davis, if I remember correctly, did have a later-ish. Yeah, he kind of broke out in his second year. Corey Davis in his second year had 890 yards and 4 touchdowns. Actually got some rushing attempts as well. Dorsett, Harry, Kevin White. Mike Williams broke out later. J-Mo broke out later. Doxson, Treadwell, and Ross. Yeah, I mean, look, it's some terrible it's some terrible names. No, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Terrible names, but not. Who are we talking about? We're talking about Liggett. I mean, keep in mind, I think Chicago and Dallas are the most likely. Maybe if my wife goes on vacation. How would I take care of my dog though, bro? So I'd have to let someone take care of my puppy. It's true. Corey Davis did retire after being drafted in big boards. Yeah, can't give Peter the ammo of giving up. It's true. Filling a content void is basically what I'm here to do. Filling a content void is why I'm doing this. My idea is that if I do all of these drafts and people just get so accustomed to clicking on my screen and clicking on my YouTube name, that will really help me when Best Ball Mania pops open. That when the audience gets really big. Ooh. Do I want... I have Pickens ranked way too high. All right, mental note. Move Pickens down. Let's take Devonta Smith here. Yes, JMO did play 7 games as a rookie, sure. But like, keep in mind, again, looking at this list, we get way more targets than everyone else. Scored more touchdowns than anyone else here. Not great yards per target. Probably the most first downs, right? So it's not exactly the same. You know what I'm saying? I think people... I'm every 6th video in your YouTube homepage. Well, that means I'm doing something right. That means I'm doing something right. This team is awesome, by the way. Gibbs, Bowers, and then getting the Garrett Wilson thing, I think, is probably a gift. Devonta Smith. All the wide receivers are going now. Worthy starting to really creep up boards, which I don't love. I think Coker was a really nice, fun thing to happen as a rookie. No, Tet going to the Panthers would be brutal for Liggett. All right, let's I'll run the filter again after I make this pick. Addison would be good here. Waddle would be good here. I need to move Waddle up a little bit. Probably need to move Hampton down a little bit. It depends on the draft how many rookies are too many. You know, sometimes let's do... Well, no, come on. Addison is just a better pick than Waddle Davis. Just true. Just got to do it. Take rookies, man. Not a new camera. My lighting might be different. I normally my computer, so my laptop is right here. And normally I have the lid open so I can use it as a second screen, but it's just closed today. So I just have my big monitor right here. So maybe my lighting looks different. Yes, these are really good. Vikings, Caffrey stacks. Yes, you are. You are in fact drafting right next to me, Mr. Bull in a China shop. I agree. I am lower than consensus on Laporta. My thoughts on Ben Sinnott is that he is probably just a fullback, sadly. All right, let's go. Receiving yards less than 650, but receiving yards more than 200, and see what this filter looks like. So these are first round wide receivers. We opened the filter up a little bit. Wow, how about that? How about that? That changes the filter a lot, doesn't it? So if you move it to 650, then you get Worthy, JSN, Hollywood Brown, Will Fuller, Rashad Bateman. So that makes you feel a lot better about Leggett, doesn't it? Doesn't that change the context of Leggett quite a bit? Leggett in between on this list, and just in terms of fantasy points, in between Will Fuller and Rashad Bateman. So that changes the context of, you know, how impressive or not impressive or bust rate. And, you know, I mean, I would say this. I'm definitely not out on Leggett. I mean, either filter, I think. But this filter, obviously, including the higher guys, you're going to be more interested in. So true. If we gave Jalen Reagor another shot, Leggett deserves one. I don't think my videos are blurry, but I think sometimes what happens is they're not broadcast in 4K. There's like a setting that I have to do in StreamYard, and sometimes they just come across really low resolution. All right, we are back up. I was not paying attention. Yeah, this is a Caleb Johnson-esque pick. Caleb Johnson, bang. I want to have, by the time the big board is over, I want to say no one. I do not want to do that. If you want to know what I think about the RFK Jr. hearings, you are going to have to subscribe to patreon.com/Davis Mattek and listen to the bonus episodes with myself and Brian Hooper. Not gonna get political on a January 30th stream. My take is that second-year players are always good shots to take. Look who did. Yeah, QJ, JSN. I mean, that's honestly, it's a great point, Tim. The second-year guys, the second-year guys who get cheaper too, right? That's the key, is the second-year guys who get on the field but get cheaper are all, I think, pretty interesting. This is a much more palatable price for Laporta for me. How much do you have to super chat me to say we need a grown up in this wide receiver room and then pick Tez Johnson? Minimum $19.99. Minimum $19.99. That is very funny though. Who are your highest exposed? I mean, Chase Brown, probably. I'm just not going to end up with very much Chase Brown after being all over him. Oh, QJ did not get better. He just scored a lot of touchdowns, but he got to play a lot, and that's really all that matters. I actually liked Malik Washington as a prospect. All right, we need a grown-up in this wide receiver room, and we need to add another stacking option. We're going to add in Juwan Jennings. Juwan Jennings, the second highest scoring wide receiver score of the year last year. Who are some guys who would fall in that category? Honestly, I don't know. I'd have to think about it a little bit more. Who are the 2024 NFL fantasy football rookies? Who would be some guys to buy the dip on? Well, Rome would be one. Trey Benson would be one. Marshawn Lloyd would be one. Jalen Wright would be one. Ricky Pearsall, Braylon Allen, Will Shipley, A.D. Mitchell. A.D. Mitchell is a huge one. A.D. Mitchell is huge. Roman Wilson. I took Roman Wilson in a draft yesterday. I took Roman Wilson in round 20 yesterday. Yeah, Malik did get cheaper than his August ADP. Hey, man, Polk, I'm just saying, dude, crazier things have happened. Crazier things have happened. Oh, I have PGA contests that are about to lock that I forgot to draft. So I better just draft them right now. Good thing I checked. Hate staring at a 0 all week. Jalen Wright is a pretty good one, though. Whew. I miss so much shit doing these streams because I don't look at my phone and then I just never take care of it later. Decky is my one and done this week. Dylan's highest exposure player in best ball last year was Javon Baker. Yeah, maybe there's a good lesson learned. Don't draft round 5 wide receivers. Oh, definitely Tom Hoagie. This is Tom Hoagie's favorite golf course. He told me that when he came on my podcast, by the way. Came on the Takecast, that guy. You know what? This is a good Rashid Shaheed team. I don't even like Shaheed that much, but this is a good spot for him. We've got our elite running back. We've got our elite tight end. We need to add some firepower at wide receiver. We don't care about his low floor weeks because we've got Garrett Wilson and Juwan Jennings for our 4 player. I probably won't be clicking a ton of Tez Walker, but I could see it. Not gonna say never. Well, you know, the thing with Puka is I think a lot of people learn the wrong lesson. A lot of people learn the wrong lesson from the Puka Nacua thing. Yeah, no, honestly, very real. Zach said, I can't get over the A.D. Mitchell laughing press conference after basically costing the Colts their season. He definitely is a basket case. No doubt about it. That was the knock on Mitchell coming in, was basically that he was immature. He had so Mitchell has type 1 diabetes, and one of the big knocks on him coming in was that he did not manage his type 1 diabetes well. Which is like, that's a real maturity thing, right? McCarthy, Purdy. Okay, we are on the clock. This range is so brutal. Best click in this range is Bright. When do I pick again? I don't pick again until 116. You know what? I'm just gonna take Purdy. I won in best ball. Nothing. Never been close. DFS, I've had some good scores. Oh, I love golf, man. Huge golf guy. Keon is a... I mean, Keon in the 105s, 110s, I would take a lot. True story. I mean, the Saints with Clint Kubiak were smashing. Confidence level. Sure, I did win. I did win $1 million contest on FanDuel. Confidence level for a Chiefs Super Bowl victory is 6 out of 10. Not super high, not super low. I could really see it going either way. I will do some golf stuff for them. Probably members only. Will probably be only for people who are members of the channel. No, I'm not a millionaire. I chopped it. It was a 2-game NBA slate. I chopped it about 400 ways, but I did technically win a millionaire maker. I am very much not a millionaire. Would be nice. I think Drake May is a smash. Yeah, I think Drake May is a very good pick. All right, so we've got the Purdy Jennings stack set up. Little light at running back. God, some of these teams are so terrible, man. The 2-4-3. Kelsey is being drafted way too high. Way too high for a guy who might retire. And even if he doesn't, even if Travis Kelce does not retire, that dude is gonna run like 60% of the routes next year. Best golf course I've golfed. Played some nice ones. There's a really nice course in Indianapolis. I forget the name of it. It's right outside the Indy 500 golf course, so it's really nice. Best course around where I live in St. Louis is Ann Brier National. They play Corn Ferry Tour events there. It's insanely nice, and it's not even that expensive. It's like $80 to play during the week. It's like really, really nice. Man, I wish that I could afford to take Isaiah Bond here, but I don't think I can. Well, actually, you know what? I can, because I'd be fine with either of these guys coming back to me. So I am going to take Isaiah Bond. There are 2 running backs I like. I grew up in a small town in Kansas. I didn't go to high school here. Oh, you know what? Actually, not true. Best course I've played. I played these 2 courses in what's the Lake of the Ozarks in southern Missouri. Ozark National and what's the fucking name of the other one? Ozark National, and there's another course. It's the Tiger Woods course. Those are the best courses I've played. Ozark National. I forget the name of the other one. Yeah. Big Cedar is the name of the resort, but it's not the name. It's not Paynes Valley. There's 3 courses there. All right, I'm gonna have to Google this. Dude, did both the running backs? No. Don't do it, Dr. J 21. Don't snipe me, bro. He didn't snipe me. Devin Neal. Okay, hold on. I gotta Google this. Yes, Paynes Valley is the one. Big Cedar Golf. But there are Buffalo Ridge. That is probably my favorite course I've ever played. We went there for my bachelor party with all my best friends in the world. We played golf 2 days in a row. It was amazing. And I shot a 92, 93, I don't remember, at one of the hardest courses I've ever played, Buffalo Ridge, and I thought I was hot shit. New Memby? Thank you, Mr. Smooth Criminal Entertainment. Worked at golf courses for 15 years just so I could play for free. It's living the dream. Man, I have not... Maybe is it going to be nice enough today for me to go hit some golf balls later? No, it's raining. It's raining all day. No, it's not going to be nice enough. Lee, brother, don't say that, man. Don't check back in August. Check back tomorrow, bro. How else am I supposed to feed my family? No, Crane and I met through Peter. Crane is not one of my childhood friends. But it does feel like he is. I really love Pat Crane. He is a great friend and a good man. I really like Pat. We are in the dust running back range. Yes, quarterbacks get auto drafted like you would not believe. I am doing some dingers. Yes. Actually, there is if you're a member of this YouTube channel, There is a members-only YouTube video. You know what? This is a good spot to take Bigsby. There's not anyone else I really need here, is there? I need some running back firepower here. I don't need a tight end. I don't need a quarterback. Let's do Bigsby. But if you're a member of the YouTube channel, I did a dinger on stream with the guys from, Mr. Dark Sheep from Stacking Dingers last week. So that video is available to all YouTube members. I met Peter through the Swolecast, basically. Like just through doing this shit. Peter did a series of videos with RotoViz and 444 called Fantasyland. And then they started doing ship chasing. And I just liked ship chasing. Ship chasing was a great listen. Honestly, like I live such a monastic lifestyle. You would not believe, like, if someone lived in the same city with me, we still probably wouldn't really hang out. All I do is work out and walk my dogs and hang out with my wife. When you guys don't see me on this stream, I am probably either working on busy work, walking my dog, or hanging out with my wife. Very, very exciting lifestyle in my house. There you go. Thank you for hitting the like. All right, where am I at with quarterback? I'm pretty chill. This is a good. You know what? We need an adult in the room. This could be a Ferguson pick or a likely pick. What do we think? It's not really a running back I'm like aching for here. Let's do likely. Likely, much greater chance of an increased role. Ferguson's role could decrease. Yes, Beimfor. So Beimfor doesn't live in the same part of the city as me, though. Beimfor lives like across the river, and then Rotopat lives like probably half an hour from me. No, I don't do drugs and I don't drink, man. No alcohol, no drugs for me either. My biggest vice is sugar, basically. I'm not in the golf streets just due to time constraints. When the scramble was open, I was still doing BRs every week. Oh yeah, gambling is my vice. There you go. Gambling, yes, gambling is my vice, obviously. Yeah, gambling. Undecided, Nolan. I don't know yet. Undecided. My in-laws always do a Super Bowl party, but obviously it would be good to show my face. You know what, man? I don't even really do my DK missions anymore. Starkindler, we're not the same person because you took 47 quarterbacks in best ball last year, so your brain is expanded further than mine. Well, Jake, if I ever see you at the gym, come and say what's up, brother. Yeah, I used to do all the DK. I mean, they have robbed the value of doing the DK achievements. They used to get. Man, you know what? Number one player I need to move up in my rankings is Hollywood Brown. I have not been getting. Okay, the quarterbacks are really starting to go, so this is going to become a bit of an issue. That's another mental note I need to make: is the quarterbacks just get snapped off in these drafts. Like once they start going, they really start going, because it's a cascading thing where you're like, oh dude, I don't want to get left out. And I guess if you do 3 multiplied by 12, you run out of starting quarterbacks, or run out of guaranteed starting quarterbacks. No, actually you run out, because that's 36. Okay, gotta do McCarthy here, because if I get snapped on McCarthy, I got no stacks. Yeah, I guess I hadn't done that mental math before, but if everyone's taking 3, no, I did not see. Because I'm not even in the diamond tier rewards on DraftKings anymore, because they took away the ability to grind basically on DraftKings. No, I think Kareem Hunt is probably closer to being retired than starting for the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, he's been awful. I have a really good answer for this. All my teams did bad last year. So because all my teams did bad, it didn't matter when I took them, sadly. All right. Man, if Loveland comes back around to me here, I think I might just take him. There's like huge value on him. I do need another running back, but I can get them whenever. You can get round 20 running backs that are the same. There's no difference between Woody Marks and RJ Harvey. There's probably no difference between Sean Tucker and Woody Marks, to be honest. Chase Brown. Chase Brown is the best click on the board. I was right about, and everyone else was wrong. I have 2 teams that have completely full rosters. Loveland goes. I do need a running back, but they're all the same. No reason to take Geno. You know what? Let's live a little. Let's take Savion. I have two way too early big balls, so only $10,000 to first. That have full rosters. 3, I think, actually, but one of them is 5 Philadelphia. I guess I can look real quick. We got enough time. We're just chilling here. Live, best ball, NFL. Way too early wildcard championship. Here we go. This one's Hurts, Barkley, Dotson, Goddard. So that one's not full. Hurts, Barkley, Dotson. That one's not full. Is this the one that's full? Yeah. Hurts, Kareem Hunt, Barkley, Johnny Wilson, Dallas Goedert, DeAndre Hopkins, Devonta Smith. So that'll be my only way to make any money. I'll have to win the tournament or something. Would be nice. You know, what can you do? Chiefs didn't score any points, and the Eagles didn't really score any fantasy points either. And even if you draft all the right Super Bowl guys, it doesn't matter if you don't get there. Man, I'm going to be in jail at backup quarterback here. Backup quarterback, third quarterback. GM, sir. I think you'll get a 12-yard Pirine touchdown reception. I'm going to be in Illinois this weekend, and I'll be able to fire all of my early Super Bowl bets instead of having to drive over the border. All right, we are on the clock. We really just need a running back. I'm sick of getting sniped on. Did I get sniped on Ollie Gordon again? Dude, all right. I got to just start taking him because I'm not going to get him if I don't. Let's do Damian Martinez here. Another mental note reminder. I have a $25 profit boosted future on the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, Daniels is on a ton of the playoff best ball teams in the Super Bowl. He was the advance rate guy you needed. Oh yeah, we got a lot of reservations. I think we have a reservation for dinner every night. Think the Gauntlet final's going to chop. Quick look at the teams, and there's enough teams with the same players, unless Calcaterra smashes. Well, Calcaterra is scoring a touchdown. The first bet I make when I get off of the plane and set foot down on the soil in Chicago is going to be betting on Calcaterra anytime touchdown. Yes, the drop off in talent from Gordon to Martinez is pretty wide. But they're both big dudes. And sometimes talent doesn't matter. Sometimes touches are the only thing that matters. The Gauntlet, I would say over 10. I would say over 10 probably chops for the Gauntlet. Last year was what, a 38-way split in the Gauntlet or whatever? Yeah, I do like Roshan. But it's just so tough with a lot of these guys with like small contracts, no valuables, like no value to their team. They're just so likely to be replaced. It's a great feeling. I wonder if I could ask Gambly what my best bets are for the Super Bowl are right now. Chopped Mitten 3 last year. Good for you. All right. This is a Jackson Dart ass team, boys. We do need another running back. It's probably going to be another Kendre Miller team. Yeah, I need a vet here. I gave myself the fun rookies: Caleb Johnson, Devin Neal, Damian Martinez. It's time to get a grown up in the room. Actually, you know what? Let's get a real grown up and let's get Justice Hill. That's what a real adult would do. A real adult would take Justice Hill. Jackson Dart, best quarterback in this class. I don't know, man. I still like Cam Ward, and I'm not totally out on Shadur either. I think these guys are being a little bit undervalued right now. It's just so easy for everyone to say they stink. All 3 of my teams in the finals are Hurts teams, T-Bear. You told me Hurts was bad, T-Bear. You told me that the Jalen Hurts couldn't make the Super Bowl and that his team didn't rely on him and that he's not any good. That's what you told me, bro. And then Jalen Hurts outscored Jaden Daniels in the NFC Conference Championship game, T-Bear. You lied to me, brother. Why would you lie to me, Terrence? Not a film bro, but Sanders always struck me as having happy feet. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The returns drafts are Chop City for real. Oh, this is Adam. You basically hit the key strategy element of these drafts, which is you've got to draft to advance, but when you get to the finals, you are gonna really wish you had not drafted Ladd McConkey. You know, you're gonna wish that Ladd McConkey was Noah Gray in the Super Bowl. All the money's at first place, man. Advancing don't mean shit. Advancing literally means nothing in playoff best ball drafts. Hardman over Watson last year. There you go. I need a quarterback. This is a Jackson Dart ass team. I didn't advance any mittens, I don't think. No, I didn't. Only way too early. Well, ask yourself this. What did Lad McConkey do for you? The answer is literally nothing. He didn't even get points in round 2. At least Joe Mixon got you some theoretical points in round 2. Like, if you run it back, you would not take Lad McConkey. I didn't see his tweet. Let's see Justin Herzig. Yeah, getting you to round 2 doesn't mean anything, brother. You actually lose money if you advance to round 2. You don't even get your entry back. To advance to round 2. All right, Justin Herzig. Could have advanced with Nico. Mixon was the better one. Mixon actually got you points both rounds. All right, let me make... No, I don't even need to make this pick. All right, Herzig says, best ball hypothetical. Assume there are 15 rookie running backs, wide receivers, tight ends being drafted in the middle rounds. 14 of them will be bad picks and underperform their ADP. Think Keon Coleman or Trey Benson. One will be an absolute smash. How would you be approaching these rookies in drafts? If one of them is the absolute smash, yeah, you want to be taking them every time because most of your picks are going to be bad. Most of your picks are going to be terrible. So knowing that one of them is the theoretical guy you needed to have, you'd want to have a huge chunk of them. Yes, if you took Daniels, Ladd, and 8 Chiefs, Eagles every draft, you still wouldn't. No, you still wouldn't make any money. Enough of your rosters wouldn't advance. You'd still lose. Unless you had one of the quarterbacks. Unless you had Mahomes or Hurts. I guess if you had Mahomes or Hurts, then yes, sure. Getting guys right is like 900 times more important than the guys you get wrong. What's our tight end room here? Bowers and Likely. All right, we can wait until the last round. Let's do... Who are our quarterbacks? Purdy. I think Elijah Moore is one of the best veteran wide receiver. 61 catches last year in round 19. And then we are going to do... there's another guy. Mason Taylor has been drawing absolutely rave reviews at the Senior Bowl. He's been one of the highlight stars of the Senior Bowl. My favorite Denver running back is a guy who's not on the roster right now. Basically. I assume that they might have an entirely new running back room. They actually literally might have every running back on their roster this upcoming season might be a guy who was not on their roster last year. Isn't that crazy? Is that what's his name? Brett Coleman, the Bootleg Football Podcast. He has one of the biggest football YouTube channels. Ooh, good question from the neighborhood. Nick Nash updates. What is the Nick Nash update? Oh, he was a Shrine Bowl. He was not Senior Bowl. He was Shrine Bowl, brother. But I think people liked what he did at the Shrine Bowl, I believe. But a lot of people don't like him because he's Brazilian. I hate to do this to you, Bull in a China Shop, but you're gonna have to learn the rule that everyone learns: no free sauce at the Davis Mattek YouTube channel. I will review any members team, or you got to do a super chat for a team review. I don't make the rules, but well, actually, I do make the rules. I also enforce the rules. I do both. Look at Blang 55 here. Gunnar Helm. What a dick, man. That is a terrible tight end room. No Gray, Luke Lachey, Gunnar Helm. Hate to see it. Mason Taylor helped you win $5K in the opening week CFB BR. Yeah, shout out to Mason Taylor. Yeah, Mason Taylor, though, I believe he's been one of the biggest guys at the Senior Bowl. Early comments from the Bengals front office seems Higgins unlikely to return. Look, I buy it. Well, Chad, in a manner of speaking. All right. I do have to take a tight end. I guess I'm taking Mason Taylor, brothers. He just looks like a goddamn... Here we go. I'm told several NFL GMs and mobile have expressed interest in LSU's Mason Taylor as the most complete tight end in this class. Good enough for me. Good enough for me. All right, there you go. Bull in a China Shop. Let's review this team. Let's see if you made any mistakes. Let's see if I made any mistakes, because I bet I did. Oh, I gotta fix my sizing here. Sir, I'm from Kansas. I can't say Mobile. Yes, I do owe Ben Haskell a sauce. Ben, if you're here, I owe you a sauce, brother. Whenever you're around. Okay. Bull in a China Shop. CD, London, JSN, cooking. I would not have taken Joe Mixon here. I would have just kept pushing it. Hubbard, I think that's right around the range. Tracy is, come on, bro. Tyron Tracy is about as likely as me to be a starting running back next year. McMillan, Pearsall. Look, anytime you can draft the 49ers wide receiver 6 in the 8th round, you got to do it. I snapped off Brock Purdy, so you didn't get him. DeAndre Swift, Cam Scattaboo. You got a bunch of guys there who only are going to play on third downs. Tyler Warren, that's actually sick on Tyler Warren. Anthony Richardson, Cam Ward, and Geno Smith. You might, that was as bad as the quarterback room of mine last year. Dontavian Wicks, maybe this will be the year he finally learns to catch. Harold Fannin, you must have not seen the video of him playing yesterday. That dude, look, I like Harold Fannin, but I am concerned after what I just saw. Jatavian Sanders, anytime you can do an unstacked Panthers tight end, you simply got to do it. Kayshon Boutte leads the league and most likely to be replaced. Mike Gesicki, he's probably going to run a lot of routes for the Saskatchewan Roughriders next year. Devon Bailey, bro. Not Devon Bailey. Devon Bailey is the only wide receiver in the NFL older than me, bro. No, it's a serious thing is that I think you want to max out on the veteran guy who can only get like 87 points in a season. I think you only want like one of those guys, and you have, your final 3 picks were all veteran guys. You're just hoping to get like 7.5 points a week. Yeah. 27 in wide receiver years, though. I grew up in a small town called Salina, Kansas, Tolan. That's right. Ben traded his sauce for the Tony rap video. All right. What did I do? Is my team any good? Gibbs, Bowers, Wilson. That's a good start. Garrett Wilson, Devonta Smith, Jordan Addison. I got McCarthy with Jordan Addison. I did take Caleb Johnson. Juwan Jennings way ahead of ADP. Shaheed after ADP. Purdy with Jennings. Bond, who I'm going to be drafting at this price, but when Bond is priced right here, I'm not going to be taking Bond at 92, but 116 I think is quite good. For Isaiah Bond, Devin Neal, my favorite pick on the board right now. Tank Bigsby kind of saved this running back room, actually. Likely is a good tight end, too. McCarthy was good. Savion could definitely be 0. I wanted A.D. Mitchell, but he went. Damian, where did Ollie Gordon go in this? Mental note. Just don't stop letting people snap you off on Ollie Gordon. Elijah Moore, my dusty vet. Dart, who I really like. Justice Hill, dusty vet. Way overdrafted Damian Martinez, but what can you do? Mason Taylor in the final round. I think Booty is just not going to play, man. It's just like that felt like such an Alex Van Pelt thing to me. Yeah, I get this. It's a totally fine team, actually. I don't think it's that bad. I'm just giving you a hard time because that's what we do. Yes, former home of the Brown Mackey Fighting Tigers. It's true. Yes, no more than one Darius Slayton per team rule. I think that's a good one. Wow, dude, what a great season you had, brother. Shout out to you for slamming the BRs. And let's get back in these rooms. Time waits for no man. Time certainly does not wait for me trying to draft all my big boards on stream. I'll tell you that much. All right. We are getting into another draft. 151. Draft. This is 10 of 150. So we are 10 teams in. Yeah, I do not like Raheem Sanders. That guy is so slow. Daniel Jones is definitely not starting over JJ McCarthy. This is literally Tom Hoagie's favorite golf course. And if you want proof of that, you should go listen to the Takecast. Tom Hoagie, a professional golfer on the PGA Tour, appeared on episode 90 of the sports podcast, The Takecast. The episode is titled "The Biggest Shot of Your Life" with Tom Hoagie on the PGA Tour. That's true. You should go and listen to it if you really like golf. It's a good episode, in my opinion. Yes, Rocket Sanders is slow. I've heard it's an absolutely great time. No, I'm not in Rick's. I'm in Mayo's one and done. Though. He's probably fine. Kayshon Bouttie's probably fine. There you go. I'd love to do a oh wow, I can get Jefferson. First Jefferson of the year. I would love to do a crypto centered episode of the Takecast. But got to get a good guest for it. Have to get a good guest. Wow, Gardner, Kansas. I know that well. All right, guys, I got to go pee real quick. I'll be back in like 6 seconds. It sucks, man. I want to get the 101. Rolling this draft with, good luck, the 250K. No, I'm actually not doing a bit. Charles Nelson, a new YouTube member. Welcome. I love getting a new member. Love getting a new member. Love getting a super chat. What if Brian Thomas Jr. plus Genty is the nuts, though? Happy to do it, man. And by happy to do it, I mean I literally have no other option. But I can still be happy to do it. Puka, Derrick Henry. Oh, come on. Brother, do you want to live that life? I'm not saying you got to take Bowers every time, but do you want to live that life of going into these drafts and God. Oh, I hate these spots. I'm taking Bucky. Justin Jefferson, Bucky Irving start. Lamb Ginty is a nice start. I might, man, McCaffrey. I have not clicked yet. He is a very uncomfortable click for me. I would say probably right about here. Right about 17, 18, 19, 20 is where I would feel comfortable. What am I going to have for lunch? I'm going to have a chicken Caesar salad with grilled chicken breast. That's what I'm looking forward to. It's rainy outside, man. Stinks. There were definitely a couple seasons with Kelsey and Gronk that you just had to have them for sure. Good question. Who will it be? I've heard they really like Luther Burden. That is the scuttlebutt that I've read out there, is that they really like Luther Burden. So do with that what you will. It's a Garrett Wilson-ass team is what it is. Terrence, I say this respectfully, but this is the dumbest thing you've ever said. I think truly the dumbest thing I've ever heard read. You hate to see it. Oh, all right. We'll take T. I like T a little bit better than Garrett Wilson. Paul Sporer, I think Paul has been on the Takecast, but I really like Paul. No, he hasn't. But you know what? I should get Paul on the Takecast. I'm a big fan of Mr. Sporer. Adam, how do you think I'm gonna do 150 drafts before the big board closes if I'm not drafting every day? When every receiver in the league is either Jefferson or Adams is the best receiver, that should tell you something. I agree. No, I do not think Chase is the clear 101. I think Barkley or Jefferson probably is the rightful 101, but it's about like risk management basically. And if I'm going to do 1,000 of these drafts over the next 8 months, I don't want to not have any of these players. Picks I don't like in the first 2 rounds. Honestly, I don't love Nico there just because of the offense. I think A-Chain has a wide range of outcomes. I think Henry has a very low floor. And I think Josh Jacobs is a really bad pick. Talk me through Jefferson 101. He is the best wide receiver ever in terms of statistical output. So having the best wide receiver ever is pretty good, is kind of how I would think of it. So like if you have the best wide receiver ever, just feels like you should probably keep hammering that guy. I think the Gladiator program is probably related to how it works right now. Like your big boards or your little boards or your war rooms or whatever. I think are counting towards the weekly Gladiator that's happening right now. Favorite draft slot, like the 1-4, 1-5-ish. All right, let me I will just so we can do this. I will cuz I've been people do say things like this about Jefferson, like, "Oh, dude, he's so bad." So we'll do, I need to run a Pro Football Reference filter. I am not that big on Jalen Royals. Luckily, sir, you are allowed to do both. I truly buy Bitcoin every day. I have an app that auto invests money in Bitcoin every single day. And I never look at it, and I never check it, and I don't know how much it is. And I just buy it, and I never sell it, which would be good advice for all of you. There are several. I use an app called River. But there are many apps that allow you to just buy dollar cost average into Bitcoin. All right, we have Bucky Irving, Justin Jefferson, and T. Higgins. We're probably going to take a wide receiver here. We could take Tet. We could take Addison for the double. We could take Waddle. I think let's do Metcalf, actually. I don't think I've taken him yet. So there we go. We've got Metcalf. Throw up my River referral. Sure. I might not even be able to sign in, actually, on my computer. I think I might have to authenticate it. Here, I can try and do it on my phone. Well, Jerry Rice might be the best wide receiver ever, but in terms of at this stage of his career, no player has ever been better than Justin Jefferson. So do with that whatever you will on your fantasy teams. I always lose this page on Pro Football Reference. Receiving yards per game. All right, we are on the clock. I could just take another wide receiver here. This is maybe the point I'd start thinking about. Chuba, maybe. I don't really like, whatever. We'll do a Chuba. The Patreon cut is less. Patreon cut is 10%, I think. The initial ADP was based on, I think, like Hayden Winks' rankings. What do you mean? What do you mean the fold card, bro? I am begging you to use your brain. I am just begging you to use your brain, T-Bear. Just, I know you can do it. I really do believe in you. Maybe you can't. I don't know. Maybe I'm asking too much from you. Here you go. All-time NFL receiving yards per game career leaders. Entire history of the National Football League. Justin Jefferson is 10 yards better than any other player in the history of this sport. Calvin Johnson, Antonio Brown, Julio Jones, Tyreek Hill, A.J. Brown, Torrey Holt, Marvin Harrison, Jerry Rice, Mike Evans, Michael Irvin, Andre Johnson, Terrell Owens. None of these guys, no one is close. No one is in the same vicinity. No one, it's actually funny. No one is really even in the same conversation, actually, in terms of being as good as he is. Which, you know, if you want to be the type of 60 IQ person that fades the greatest statistical wide receiver of all time, you are more than welcome to do so. Wouldn't be me, but I'm not your guys' dad. Five years, actually. They're saying it. All right. Someone asked for my my River referral code. I'm getting it. I'm going to post it in the chat here in a second. Maybe I'm not, actually. It's not letting me verify my device. Ask me later in the Discord if you want. Yeah, I'd say he's on pace to probably be like the fourth best wide receiver of all time, Justin Jefferson. But when he ends his career, he is going to be the most statistically proficient wide receiver per game ever. It's just a matter of how much raw volume does he put up. All right, we are on the clock. This actually would be a spot to take Debo. This is a team that can afford Debo. We're not missing on any tight end here. Serve what? Well, actually, you know what? Oh, we already took one dust ball. I was going to say we could take Connor, but we already took one dusty-ish guy. Empty calories. Empty calories. Empty calories. I mean, truly, you should be oh. Incredible. Incredible. Well, I wonder what you think the game of fantasy football is, T-Bear. I wonder what you think. GM, Mr. Unearthed Sage. Sure, you can take it out. He's still not quite as good. If you take it out, he's closer, but he's not as good. Ooh. All right, this is definitely a good Quinshon Judkins pick because we need... Could be a Hawkinson pick, actually. Could be a McMillan pick. We have plenty of quarterbacks set up. You know what? I'm actually going to take Hawkinson. Let's do the McCarthy double. I don't have very much Hawkinson. I mean, this is, again, the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Just insanely stupid. No, I like Scatterboo. I like Scatterboo a lot. Yeah, I mean, the scoring is not as favorable to him, but you would think with the way that people spoke that Jamar Chase absolutely dominated Justin Jefferson last year, and he didn't. You know, it's just not really the way it is. This guy to my right is cooking. Gibbs, A.J. Brown, Tyreek. The Daniels pick is not great. Hampton, Judy, Judkins. Well, I guess I should say this. The fact that there are people who play in the same sport as I do who look at objective reality and say objective reality is not for me. I guess I can't complain about it. With Brown, Hurts, and Lamb Dak looking like they're going to be the most owned stack, is there a case to be made to stray from that thought and go out of the way to stack them? So I am very unlike Battle Royale. I don't care about uniqueness at all. And I really don't care about uniqueness in a contest that is 11 months away from the money round. Big board is just try and rack up as many values as possible and try and be directionally accurate with the rookies. Being directionally accurate with the rookies is going to be your biggest edge. Oh, this is a Matthew Golden-ass team. I would encourage you to think of things like this. Just because something happened did not mean that it was the most likely thing. Sometimes you'll wake up in the morning and you'll go outside and the weather forecast will call for there to be a 10% chance of rain, but sometimes it will rain. That doesn't mean that it was always going to rain. It just means in the specific area in which you live, the confluences arrived to make the 10% outcome the thing that happened. And not understanding probability and ranges of outcomes is basically the whole game. Is Golden over Pearsall bad? Golden is probably going to be a first round pick. Pearsall might be Damn, this is just a miserable range of the draft. I guess I could take Purdy here. I don't really like it. I'm going to take Brian Robinson Jr. I think that's an interesting perspective. I probably wouldn't say dominated, particularly because Chase had so many bad games. Chase ended his season 6 for 62, 4 for 35. It's not just Brugler saying it though. Brugler is far from the only person indicating that Golden is going to be a first round. I suppose it really depends on how many rookies you want per team. I don't know if he's really good at football. I think he's all right. I guess maybe I should have just taken Purdy. I don't love Brian Robinson Jr. there, but we are seeing this stuff happen here. So ETN's going way ahead of ADP. Najee is going to be going way ahead of ADP. Scattaboo goes ahead of ADP. And then the bad picks, the J.K. Dobbinses and the Corums and the Swifts and these guys, they start to go after ADP until ADP adjusts. Honestly, probably Olave. I think I have Olave ranked right there. That is a hard one though. I mean, I don't know if there's an answer there. Matthew Golden. Let's search him on the mock draft database. Because I'm fairly certain Brugler is not the only one that has him there. Matthew Golden, on average, is projected to be 34th overall, 6.4% chance to go in the first round, mocked in the first round quite a bit, mocked very high in the second round quite a bit. Yeah, so I think Brugler is certainly directionally accurate with those opinions. All right, we are running out of quarterbacks. None of these running backs are really all that interesting to me. We're gonna do naked Justin Herbert and hope that one of the rookies we take goes there. Honestly, naked Herbert is probably fine. Yeah, Golden is gonna have a huge combine. I definitely think Roschon Johnson could be the Montgomery role. The thing is there are about 1 billion running backs in this class who could fill the Montgomery role, who are not any better or worse football players than Roschon Johnson. It's just a matter of what does the team want. All right. We have got through 10 rounds, Justin Herbert, Bucky Irving, Chuba Hubbard, Brian Robinson. That is a pretty dusty running back room. Very, very low floor there. Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, DK Metcalf, Deebo Samuel, Matthew Golden, and TJ Hawkinson. Man, if we get sniped on JJ McCarthy on this team, I do need a running back, but I can't take Dobbins, man. I mean, I know he's probably the pick here, but I hate it. Do I have to? Can I take a tight end? I could take, I was going to take Kincaid. I can't even take frickin' Kincaid, man. Could take Christian Kirk. Could take Trevor Lawrence. You know what? I'm taking Trevor Lawrence. I am not a Dobbins believer. 0% belief. I think everything is good for T's fantasy value. He either stays with his great offense or he goes somewhere where he can get the ball 200 times. It's hard for me to imagine a bad outcome for T. What would the bad outcome for T be? The Blake Corum corollary all over. Although it did come through with Hassan Haskins. Hassan Haskins to Michigan got carries for the Chargers last year. That's probably bad with Dobbins there, honestly. Let me tell you what. Herzig would have taken J.K. Dobbins there. I am not taking Kamani Vidal. Not a Will Howard guy, me personally. He went to my alma mater. Tom Hoagie -2 through 2. People are saying. Would Texans be that bad of an outcome? I mean, they got rid of PFF Bobby. So how bad of an outcome would it be? Not sure it would be that bad. You know? It's more like he's not athletic enough to be a scrambler, and he's not a good enough passer to be a pocket passer. So he just kind of is in, Will Howard is in no man's land, sadly. Yeah, come on. No chance. No, the Colts, if the Colts signed T. Higgins, yes, that would be, then it would be Jover. It would indeed be Jover then. They're saying my boy, I just think Rico is like one of the worst picks on the board, basically. All right, Evan Ingram, come on down, brother. Like, Rico is a 27-year-old undrafted free agent whose team is for sure drafting a running back. I think Downs is good either way. And I think that I like Anthony Richardson more than other people do. It's a good question. Is it illegal for NCAA athletes to draft best ball teams? That's a very, very interesting question. Honestly, I don't know. Well, the Milroe comp is just an athletic quarterback who's not very good at the game. You know, who has mechanical errors, who is not particularly accurate. You know what? They're not getting me this time, dude. Well, they might get me. I can't take Ollie Gordon here. When Benny was in college, his friend on the golf team wasn't allowed to do NCAA brackets for money. No chance, right? No chance he really threw it that hard. All right, I'll do the year 2 bounce back. I'll do Trey Benson as this year's Tank Bigsby. I'll do it. Yes, they do. So the combine measures the throw when it leaves the hand, and the Senior Bowl measures maximum velocity as it travels through the air. So it is done differently. We should do this. We should pool money together to sponsor an NIL player. We should do it for some like MAC school or like really small or a Sunbelt school that plays like during the week or something. That would be a great bit. No, I don't. No, that's not true because footballs have a weight, and objects, the way gravity and speed works is the momentum of being moved adds velocity initially. There'll be another hoop stream next week. Probably Wednesday. I will announce further out this time. I'm Worthy over Rice by a good bit. Worthy has zero concerns. Rashi has both the injury and the suspension. Yes. If Randy Johnson is throwing a baseball 100 miles per hour, it's not 100 miles per hour the moment it leaves his hand. Yeah. You know, can't do it all, folks. I can't do it all. I had to teach T-Bear, basic math. And yeah. There you go. There's a man who can answer you. There is a man who can answer you the physics for real. Shady Advice will know it a lot better than me. Well, if you knew who all the starting personnel for the Browns would be, their value would probably go up. But I don't think, like, Elijah Moore's not going to be on the team. Jameis isn't going to be the quarterback. We don't know what the offensive line is going to be like. The Browns are one of the more influx teams. This cannot be true. This definitely is so that is definitely not true. 100% false. Velocity is not fastest as it leaves the hand. Okay, well, sorry, bro. Not taking answers by ChatGPT. I made a spreadsheet with ChatGPT yesterday, and it couldn't handle Steph versus Steven. Dang, I'm always annoyed when Justin Fields goes ahead of ADP. God, I got snapped on Oliver Gordon again. All right, we'll take Wicks on this one. Get the Minnesota Green Bay Week 17 correlation. Yep, Best Ball Mania style. It includes all the rookies that are coming in to the NFL right now. Flag plant to be the Commanders this year. The ball gains momentum because of the inertia. The ball is not going to be at its fastest points as it leaves your hand. All right. I'm honestly fine at tight end. You know what? Let's do a Braylon Allen hand. Well, actually, should we just take McCarthy now so we don't miss him? He already fucking went. Are you kidding me? God damn it. And I got auto drafted. Oh man, we're tilting. I guess I got auto drafted Jaden Higgins, so things. Inertia is not the right word. Inertia is not the right word. All right. Object velocity. So the formula involves displacement and time. If there's no wind resistance, it's fastest when it hits the ground. All I will say is this. There is a 0% chance, without getting further into it, that the ball is at its fastest when it leaves the hand. Well, then what they're measuring is not accurate then. They're not measuring velocity. They're measuring something else, and they call it velocity. Acceleration refers to any change in velocity. Gravity has a y vector, no x component. Resistance has a negative x comp. Then what they're saying is they're measuring something else. Because if Dylan Gabriel's ball was 75 miles an hour and Joe Milton's ball was like 61 miles per hour or whatever, then Dylan Gabriel is not throwing the ball harder than Joe Milton. That is not happening. It's not the radar gun. It's that they're measuring different things. Per ChatGPT, then someone explain to me why the measurement is different. I'm fucking tilting. Kendra Miller. Then someone explain to me why the measurements are different. The number is not wrong. The number is not wrong. It's that they're measuring a different thing. So this is what I was thinking. I thought it would be fastest when it was at the midpoint of its arc. That was my thought as well. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know shit. Maybe don't get physics from a guy who's like mediocre at fantasy football. We can wait on tight end on this team. Is there a cheap Chargers wide receiver? Probably not. Yeah, I don't really want Palmer. I guess Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis again. Well, Taysom tore his ACL. This is true. As soon as the ball leaves your hand, wind resistance is acting on it. But is there no impact of momentum? Like, is there no impact of the weight of the ball increasing speed? Am I making that up? Because I guess that is my thought as to why the Dylan Gabriel measurement would be faster. Because the weight of the ball is carrying it forward. But maybe that's wrong. Maybe the wind resistance or the drag is harder. All right, then someone else. I need someone else with a greater understanding of physics and the laws of our natural universe to answer this for me, because it's pretty clear I'm not going to get to the bottom of it. Yeah, I understand the concept of gravity, but what I don't understand is why Dylan Gabriel's throw, which is measured differently than Joe Milton's throw, why does the different measurement matter then? There we go. This could have been solved 30 minutes ago. We could have, there we go. Come on, he's flat-footed. Senior Bowl, they can be moving. Done. Finished. No need to talk about physics. The physics is done. No more physics. Back to drafting mediocre best ball teams. That's it. We're shutting it down. I have not looked yet. Ugh. I keep getting spam phone calls from like the same numbers every day. Pretty tilting. I will. I should name this the physics draft. Pat Bryant is getting good buzz. I think he scored the game-winning touchdown at like the scrimmage that they did yesterday. All-time great song. All-time great song. All right. Wow, Dart even win on this. Did I have Shaheed on this team? I have Kendre Miller. No rookie running backs on this team. Off-brand. We'll do a Jordan James. I would probably go a third. If Jonnu and Warren, I would do a third, I think. I should have just taken Damian Martinez again. I do like Jordan James was pretty productive in college, though. (29, 26 receptions, too. Big 10, too. Donked Noah Whittington. Who snapped JJ McCarthy off on this? This dude better have a Viking. Okay, at least he has Addison. By the way, I'm going to go join another one right now. This is the beginning of the multi-tabling. I have 2 picks left in this one. All right. I need a quarterback and a tight end. Do I have a Raider on this one? I don't, but whatever. I'm still taking Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, starting quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders. If you could suggest one gimmick type draft, as many guys who people have called a running back as possible. So like you get to take like Lamar and Anthony Richardson at quarterback. You get like Debo and Jaden Reed and Savion Williams at wide receiver. You get Bowers at tight end. You get guys who've gotten carries. I would say that. I think people are interested in Whittington because he had like 2.1 yards per route run on like 200 routes, and Kupp is probably not going to be on the team. Goddard got rushes. Sinnott. Yeah, there's a lot of ways to do guys who have pretended to be running backs. What is this guy doing? Jay Glenn's 2 taking Gunnar Helm. I'm so tilted. I guess when you are literally the best ball thought leader in terms of I'm the only one streaming big boards right now, Jake Beck is definitely a Rams wide. Yeah, that is a great point. I got to open up another tab for the other draft. It did just start, and I'm about to be on the clock. I promise you the overlap is going to be very, very small. Yeah, we looked it up yesterday. We looked up Cubs contract yesterday. It's pretty movable. That could definitely be the new Skoronek. All right, here. Other tab, 105. I'm actually going to take Jefferson over Gibbs. And then we can make our final pick in this draft. I don't know. Do we need another running back? We need a tight end. I'm going to take Elijah Arroyo because everyone in chat has been telling me Elijah Arroyo is the man. So done. There we go. We did it. Picked. I'm not taking Daniel Jones. There will be no Daniel Jones. And now we are starting on draft 11. Draft 11 of 150. And we began it with my boy, Justin Jefferson, back to back. I'm definitely not taking Javon Baker. My wife does not care enough about my YouTube career to care enough. Here are some round 20 wide receivers I would take. I would take Curtis Samuel some, Torrey Horton, Nick Nash, Darius Slayton, Roman Wilson, Kavonte Turpin, Kendrick Bourne. Maybe MVS. Rondale. Tutu. Theo Wees. Harold Fannin. Gunnar Helm. Our rookie tight ends. Gunnar Helm is definitely the best one. Mason Taylor. And Elijah Arroyo. James Conner vibes. I see that. Loveland is just not cheap though. Loveland is expensive. Loveland is going to be drafted early, but I think he is going to block a lot. Yes, Jack Beck's brother, Tiger, was a victim of the New Orleans terrorist attack. It's true. Okay, we have got Justin Jefferson. Oh, we'll take Jonathan Taylor. Take Jonathan Taylor with Justin Jefferson. Yeah, I mean, this is probably the correct take, Noah. No rookie tight end makes a splash and all are being drafted too high. I mean, every rookie, more or less, in the aggregate, in the entire aggregate, rookies are being overdrafted in the big board. But in the specific, some of them are going to be drafted way too low. And it's your job to figure out which ones are being drafted too high and which ones are being drafted too low. Yeah, Loveland looks really good. Yeah, Tom Hoagie, he was a good guy. He was a very good guy. I mean, he's a little bit more famous now than when he did that. I mean, I think he did that episode with me like 6 years ago. I don't believe he'd won on tour before then. Warren, I mean, look, if Warren goes to the Colts, could be a big shipper. We are only 11 drafts in. How many days do I have until the NFL draft? Days until the NFL draft. I only have 84 days. $84 days, huh? My mic might my mic is probably cutting out right now because I just had to take my headphones off. I hope it's not, but it might be. Inputs are still good. Well, look, I could do, if I was just drafting them 5 at a time, I could be done with the big board by now, honestly. But I'm doing them all on stream. McBride's pretty tempting here. McBride is, I'm going to do it. McBride is very tempting. Imagine if McBride scores some touchdowns. That is a pretty strong start. That could be, you could have the wide receiver 1, running back 1, and tight end 1 conceptually. Yeah, 3 a day for 50 days. I guess when you put it like that, it's not as bad. And some days there'll be more. Some days there'll be less, obviously. Because I normally don't stream on the weekends. Although I probably will start streaming on the weekends when possible, just to get further ahead. Those streams probably don't do as well because people aren't at their desk watching YouTube, but it's a good question. Where do most people watch YouTube? And how often are people watching these videos after? Like, how many people are watching these videos on replay? How many are watching them live? Well, sadly, I think it's probably going to make me hate streaming and drafting, but I've made my bed, and now I am lying in all of it. You can save 10 plus hours by making all your picks in less than 10 seconds. That's honestly, Michael, that's a great point, and I wish everyone in my drafts would do this. We should try and do this. Everyone from the chat get in one draft, and we try and do the fastest draft possible. That would be sick. Yeah, no, I do have a video that is scheduled to come out on Saturday. So I have like a shorter video, like an 18-minute video that's already done, produced, edited, made the thumbnail, did it, and it's coming out on Saturday morning. It's coming out Saturday morning at I think like 4 a.m. or something. Because I was just like, bro, I got to get people used to checking my channel every single day. Somehow this is true. Somehow the pick times on the big board are long. I don't want to steal the fastest record. I just want to get through as many drafts as possible. That's really it. I'd like to get Worthy with this next pick. I'd like to get Devonta with this next pick. I'd like to get Jamon with this next pick, but I really hope that it's Xavier Worthy. Now I'm going to try and do this. I'm going to try and make my picks as fast as humanly possible. Yeah, everyone is spending their time. I mean, I'm doing it too. I'm Googling shit while I'm making picks. While I'm also talking and jabbering. So the jabbering doesn't make it any easier or faster. But this guy right here, he's like, shit, Jaden Daniels. Knew I wasn't going to get Worthy. And I might not get Devonta, and I might... Oh my God, the queue is just getting wrecked right now. I don't think I've taken Rome yet. So maybe I could do a Rome team. All right, there we go. My queue got wrecked. I'm taking Rome. Now we could do a Caleb Williams team. Wow. Salina, Kansas boy. It's not about being out on Zay Flowers at ADP. It's kind of like wanting to set up more stacks, really. From the horse's mouth, this is what Nick Rudman said. He said that it's a bad user experience if someone gets 2 drafts and basically if someone is not like locked in to their draft and they get auto drafted, it's a bad user experience. So from their perspective, they don't want, Joe. It's like they don't want Joe's 6-pack to get auto drafted. Is basically where they're at. I kind of want Waddle with this next pick. Waddle would be nice. I didn't get Devonta. I kind of wanted to take Jalen Hurts. I've got like no early quarterback teams yet. Yeah, it's not going to be open. It might not be open that long. It might fill early, which is definitely a possibility. Can we ask Underdog to have a button that auto sorts the queue players by, I don't, like, you mean questionable players? Oh, no, in the queue. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be a great button. Probably not going to happen, but all right, I am going to take Waddle. Jonathan Taylor, Justin Jefferson, Roma Dunze, Jalen Waddle, and Trey McBride. So I have got McCarthy. I've got Caleb. I've got Tua. Imagine the Dolphins somehow get a dome game in week 17. And I've got Kyler. There we go. No, I agree. I think this is certainly true. I think it's 5 picks probably is a good line. Yeah, I mean, yeah, something insane will happen right as I click the go live button. I mean, Jalen Waddle for a 5th round pick feels like a pretty reasonable price for me. Like even when Jalen Waddle's terrible, like Jalen Waddle was bad last season and got 700 yards and 2 touchdowns. Like he was terrible. No one empathizes with this more than me, Joel. But they know that we are hopelessly addicted to their app. So they just want to make it as palatable as possible for new people on the app. That is their whole deal. There we go. The solution of faster drafts is a shorter clock. Yeah. People were asking for that. I think Herzig was saying that the day it was launched. I mean, the fact of the matter is, for content, 30 seconds is probably like 30 seconds for content is probably ideal. But for everyone else, it's probably too long. All right, we have got Jefferson, Taylor, McBride, Rome, Waddle. I would definitely snap Walker off. I'd probably snap Caleb Johnson off. I like Debo. I like Burden. Shakir is like not in the conversation for me right now. I was surprised too. I was pretty surprised about Endgame buying Run the Sims as well. I think it really cannot be overstated how crazy it is that you're going to potentially be able to buy a sim product from like literally one of the 5 best DFS players in the world. It's pretty unbelievable. Luther Burden went. All right, we're going to take Caleb. There's going to be a really flat range of wide receiver available to us next. I honestly like all these guys next. But there's a big drop off to me after Caleb to, I think, to Quinshawn and Travion and Jalen Warren. And that's a good running back room. That's a grown man. Rudman also thought people preferred swiping through the wheel, passing through random sports to get to the one they wanted. Well, I mean, look, man. Well, Brick is a professional DFS player, Mike. I think you should watch again, bro. Caleb is one of the better missed tackles force guys in college football. I can even pull up his PFF stats and show you. NCAA, regular season, by player, Caleb Johnson. Don't let me forget to make my pick. Caleb Johnson rushing over 1,000 yards after contact, 4.42 yards after contact average. That is unreal. That is, I can't even. 66 missed tackles forced, 56% breakaway percentage. I mean, that is. He's better. It's better than Gene T. All those purple numbers are better than Gene T. So, pretty good. If Judkins comes back around again, I could maybe be convinced there. This is kind of a Rome and Watt, a lot of wide receiver twos. Let's take, this should actually be a good McMillan pick, but we're going to take Puka. Pretty light on him, so taking him at ADP feels fine. Yeah, Iowa is good at producing good NFL players who were somehow like not used at all in college. It really is sort of incredible. Yeah, Iowa's offense was terrible. Their guy Luke Lachey, who's going to get drafted, had like 800 total yards in college. Yeah, I mean, I really disagree with that. I think that is an example where your eyes can kind of fool you when the evidence in the data is so clear. This is a team that threw for 1,700 yards. Caleb Johnson ran for 1,500 yards. Caleb Johnson had more scrimmage yards than the team had passing yards. More scrimmage yards. Let me repeat that. Caleb Johnson had more scrimmage yards than his team had passing yards. More scrimmage yards than his team had passing yards. Not really the type of dude that I am looking to actively fade, particularly at this price. I think Caleb Johnson might end up being a first-round pick. Would not surprise me if one of these teams picking at Hampton maybe, but Henderson definitely not. Henderson is going to get about 90 touches his rookie year. Henderson has not gotten over 190 touches in a season since he was 18 years old at Ohio State. It's kind of the issue there. I'd prefer a guy who a team is going to draft and be like, who should get the ball 300 times? That guy. I don't know if Caleb might not be a great fit for the Chiefs because they kind of, I don't know, man. I guess maybe the new Chiefs, maybe he is a good fit. He's probably, he would be an awesome fit on the Chargers. Be a great fit, I think, on the Vikings as well. I like that as well. But the Vikings might take 3 running backs in this draft class because they're going to be totally out of picks basically, or they're going to be totally out of running backs. I think of all the guys on their roster right now, they might not return any of them. They might be at 0 return running backs. Man, I would like Shaheed with this next pick. Yeah, Shaheed would be ideal. Let's do Rashid Shaheed. That adds another quarterback. That adds some ceiling because we actually don't have great outside of Jefferson. These are kind of floor guys like Igbuka, Waddle, Rome. These are kind of floor guys. And when you spend that first pick on when you spend that second round pick, you're kind of behind at a running back. Sure. I'm not doubting any of these things. I don't doubt any of that. It's just a matter of, I think Travion Henderson's a very good football player, but I don't know how often his NFL team is going to say, I really want to give you the ball 20 times in a game. Jalen Waddle might be the De'Ami Brown of T. Higgins's. Yeah, it's gonna be day 3 picks, but the running back free agent class is so bad. And does Najee Harris fit a Kevin O'Connell system? I don't really know if Najee Harris is a hashtag good fit. God, look at this range by ADP and by my rankings. By ADP and by my rankings, it's just all quarterbacks. Like, it's literally all quarterbacks. Maybe I could do my second tight end here, maybe, if I didn't want to. Well, also you can just trade back, right? I mean, you can trade back and teams will just give away. Like the Ravens have like 1 billion day 3 picks. And trading back is what Kwesi does anyway. I mean, I need a running back, but the running backs here are fucking terrible. These are bad picks. I don't like any of these. So I think I could take naked Bo Nix here. Vikings could certainly get a Bannon candidate. No, Najee is going to get the bag, brother. Najee is going to get way more money than you could ever imagine. Yeah, he is an RFA. But Najee is going to get like $30 million. I am going to take naked Bo Nix here. Maybe you could argue, no, that's a good pick. I think this range is terrible. Did Mims already go? I think Mims went the pick before. Too unstoppable. Well, you got stopped, brother. All right, now we have Bo Nix, Jonathan Taylor, Caleb Johnson, Justin Jefferson, Rome Odunze, Jalen Waddle, Emeka Egbuka, Rashid Shaheed, and Trey McBride. Kyler Murray got taken, so I wouldn't have even had a chance to do that. Yeah, Kyler Murray got taken 98th overall, so it didn't even really cost me anything. Jarquez Hunter probably doesn't get drafted. Jarquez Hunter's probably an undrafted free agent. Yeah, see, I don't really like Ramondre. I think Ramondre is sort of whatever. Yeah, I will be Martin Gailing. I will be Martin Gailing, Jalen Warren. You know, you can do what you want with him there. I don't know. A lot of people are sick. I don't think Mayo was fired for benching Ramondre. I think Mayo was probably fired because the team was totally yes. I mean, Ramondre's not really been good since his rookie year. Is what's going on there? Why not take Travis Hunter risk when the other receivers are Leggett, QJ Kirk? Because he's probably just gonna play cornerback. I don't know. Feels like a pretty big risk to take for a guy who won't be a wide receiver. I don't know. Maybe I need to be more open to it. I'd like to get a good report from his camp about how often he plays wide receiver. What does he want? Because the only thing we know is that Dion said any team that takes him should be prepared to play him at both positions. That is literally all we know. And it's a pretty good 0. Don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. Travis Hunter is a pretty good 0. I don't think people lucked out. I think Ramondre was good and then just wasn't good anymore. And Caleb Johnson goes. These quarterbacks, man, it comes thick and fast out here. Damn, ETN went too. It is getting thin out here. I guess we'll take a Scattaboo. There we go. Cam Scattaboo, welcome to the team. 2 rookies. So we probably should start taking some adults. We should get some grown-ups in the room. I can't answer this question. What's more likely? Full-time wide receiver and playing in nickel packages, or full-time cornerback and playing a corduroy role? Yeah, he played he had a couple games where he played literally every snap. There were a couple games where he played literally every snap. I don't know, man. Maybe he just does both. I do sort of believe that this is true, though. Kind of just based on team. The Titans or the Giants feel more likely to make him a corner. Browns could be either. Patriots, he's a receiver. I guess if the Patriots take him, though, and they want a receiver, wouldn't they just take Tet? By the way, report just came out. Federal prosecutors have been investigating whether NBA player Terry Rozier manipulated his performance as part of an illegal sports betting scheme. The inquiry is part of a wider government investigation that has already ensnared Jonte Porter. Oh, Travis Hunter is the best wide receiver in the class. If he's just a wide receiver. All right. It's not really a quarterback we need. Not really a tight end we need. This range of the draft is pretty brutal. This is where I would kind of think it starts to get dead zony. But you also feel like you can't like waste the picks because they're still theoretically valuable. God, you know what? I'm just taking Devin Neal, bro. They can't stop me. They can't stop me from taking Devin Neal. The bags are getting bigger. I believe ADP updates every 48 hours on like a rolling average. The difference is that people think that he is going to be drafted highly. And Cody Schrader was an undrafted free agent. On the mock draft database, Scadaboo is projected to be a 3rd round pick. I don't know if he's that good. Terry was big in the NBA top shot streets. But yeah, someone else would probably have a better answer about when exactly ADP updates. Man, this is a heavy rookie. Probably this is too many rookies in a row. Probably Caleb, Scadaboo, and Neal. Because, there are only so many really good landing spots. But all the quarterbacks I wanted just started getting snapped off me. Scadaboo is a much better pass catcher, which is an easier role to find on your NFL team than what Cody Schrader did. Cody Schrader's was like only good as like a every down workhorse, like gets going. Daniel Jones is always available. I'm sure Bowers is faster. I'm positive that Bowers is faster than Scadaboo. All right, the team right now is Bo Nix, Jonathan Taylor, Caleb Johnson, Cam Scadaboo, Devin Neal, Justin Jefferson, Aroma Dunze, Jalen Waddle, Emeka Egbuka, Rashid Shaheed, and Trey McBride. Wow, all my quarterbacks are gone. So this is one of those drafts. I would put the chances very low that Will Howard or Quinn Ewers gets drafted as a starter. Updating the ADP so often presents people from getting unique with their builds. I want to draft players 2 rounds ahead of ADP at every pick, but I don't want to ruin a good ADP. Tez Johnson, 100. Need to make a pick. You know what? Quarterback is getting super thin. Let's do Penix. And see if we can get pile shits on the turn. Probably won't be able to because I just said it. 100. 100. 1,000,100%. I mean, look, how different is Scadaboo than Kareem Hunt? We've been asking this question and have not gotten an answer yet. We have been asking, and we have not gotten the answer. On like if. Oh, by the way, I did mean to shout this out. You guys see this hoodie? Davis Mattek Fantasy Football. One of my dudes. Let me post the link in the chat. Enter 211 Adrian Robles. Let me post that. Fitted threads on Instagram. Fitted 2_threads. Made me some cool shit. Braun 88. You're not getting Christmas presents from me, brother. Very cool though. Very cool. Win store. I guess I got to get something put up, man. I got to get something put up. Okay, I need a wide receiver. You know what? I got like no Romeo Dubs. Romeo Dubs is certainly a better pick than Dontavian Wicks. He could definitely be a younger Hunt. And Hunt was a good pass catcher at Toledo too. I'm so old that I remember playing Kareem Hunt in college football DFS. That's how old I am. That's how old I'm into it. Well, except he wouldn't be a first-round pick. It would be like CEH 2.0, except he wouldn't be a first-round pick, so that would be ideal for us. We would certainly take that. God, I am so hungry. So hungry. Can't wait for lunch. Now we have an unstacked Michael Penix. Bo Nix, Michael Penix. I mean, what could go wrong? Jonathan Taylor, Caleb Johnson, Cam Scadaboo, Devin Neal, Justin Jefferson, Rome Odunze, Jalen Waddle, Emeka Egbuka, Shaheed Dobbs McBride. I couldn't have even taken Evan Ingram at the last pick because the guy double tapped. I mean, I can't be mad at him. He's drafting a good team, but tough. Oh, they're not that bad. Scadaboo's draft comps are not that bad at all. At least from what I looked at. Cam Scadaboo. If you give him pick 65, 220 for weight, 4.6 40, and a 6.9 3-cone, they're really pretty good. There are some huge hits on this list. I just looked it up. LaShawn McCoy, Dalvin Cook, Lev Bell, Breece Hall, and even the misses are not that bad. Like Duke Johnson and Jay Ajayi are not big misses. We are on the clock. All my quarterbacks got taken. So I am taking Justin Fields. Got him ranked right about there, and I'm just mad. I'm a petulant child. That is the RotoViz box score scout. I agree with this. The NFL, the most valuable NFL position right now, top cover cornerbacks are super rare. I think I agree with this. I think NFL teams are going to view that skill set as less replaceable. You know what? And God damn, dude. It is impossible for me to get Oliver Gordon. No one wants me to get Ollie Gordon. No one wants me to be happy. No one wants me to live my joy. Sickening. Statement from the NBA. The league conducted an investigation and did not find a violation of NBA rules for Terry Rozier. Okay. This draft is not that good. I got to learn the quarterback meta. The quarterback meta is really getting me. This team needs a wide receiver with a bit of ceiling. And it's definitely a 3 tight end team. This is a good Savion Williams team. Yeah. We just need some explosion there. Didn't like an Adam Thielen would not have helped this team that much. No, that's a bad spot to take a quarterback. Round 4, not where you want your quarterbacks. Because look, we're in the 15th round right now. Starting quarterback, probably starting quarterback, maybe first round starting quarterback, first round quarterback. The late round picks, like where it's so thin, like I just took Savion Williams, who might be like Savion Williams might not get drafted. I mean, I think he probably will, but he might not get drafted. Ooh. This is so funny. I think Greg is joking. But look at this tweet. At least I was in on it today. Got lucky that I was fed some inside info that Rozier was leaving in the first or second quarter, depending on the game flow and live lines, so that his unders would hit. How about it? That's so funny. Ollie Gordon is the one I've noticed the most. Ollie Gordon is going up the most. Oh, dude, good for you, man. I was going to therapy before I lost my job, and now I don't have health insurance, so I don't go to therapy anymore. Instead of going to therapy, I just talk to you guys about how pissed off I am that I don't get to draft Ollie Gordon. Not woke. Some are saying that Ollie Gordon is the most important person in the world. It's true. They are saying it more and more all the time. All right, how am I going to save this team? Team definitely needs one of the good rookie tight ends. It also might need an adult in the room. It might need like Noah Fant. It needs a lot of help at running back. Tootin, Mullings, Martinez, Harvey, Kendre, Eckler. Eckler's a good one, actually. I should probably take Eckler. I think Fannin is probably the tight end 3. Yeah, let's take Eckler. Welcome to the team, Austin. We needed an adult in the room. Yeah, that's probably, and I think you could move, like, one of these guys might get bumped way up. Like if Mason Taylor is a second round pick, if Elijah Arroyo is a second round pick, if one of these guys is a second round pick, then obviously they're going to go way up. And we'll see. You know, we're not going to get the information on what happens in the NFL draft, but we are going to get the mock draft information and everything. Yeah, I'm in like 11 slow little boards right now. Well, for a while before Ollie Gordon weighed in at like 233 pounds or whatever, you could get him cheap. Now you can't get him cheap anymore. You know what? This is probably a frickin' Dalton Schultz tight end room. I've got 3 quarterbacks. My running backs are fine. My wide receivers are fine. Jatavian Sanders could fit this one. Juwan Johnson could fit this one. Sure. Dalton Schultz. Why not? Adult in the room, Dalton Schultz. Texans have way bigger needs than tight end. I have a futures ticket for 40,000, but I need the Eagles and Thunder to win it all. I mean, I don't know how much you bet on that, but that you can only hedging implies guaranteed profit. You have a lot of steps before that is a winning ticket. Quite a few. Because you need the Eagles to win, and the better spot would be to hedge. Okay, better spot would be to hedge the NBA than to hedge the Eagles, because you're gonna get better prices. Like if you could also bet, I guess you could bet Celtics. You're gonna get better prices though. Like it's probably too late to hedge effectively for the NFL. So I would say you sit and wait to maybe start betting against the Thunder, like in individual games. That's probably what I would do. There you go. I knew it had to be something. Ollie is up because of... No, your cash out would be way worse than that. They would offer you the most pathetic cash out you've ever seen. They would offer you like 11,000 or something. Yeah, but there you go. There's our explanatory variable. Ollie is up because of the ETR ranks. GM to KJD on Twitch. GM to everyone on Twitch. Twitch viewers are very near and dear to my heart. They are all beautiful people. There you go. Maybe this. Get a future on Denver to win the West. That feels good. That's a good way, because their price should probably be pretty good right now. I'm guessing ETR probably has Chubb high too. Levitan did say the ETR rankings are supposed to be bad right now. You know what? I'm not letting myself get sniped. This has happened every draft. I'm done with it. Gunner Helm. No more sniping, bro. You guys try to snipe me. Sniper, no sniping. Yeah, the Eagles are a great team. David, how am I gonna beat? Do you know that Peter has 12,000 more YouTube subscribers than me? How am I gonna catch him by not working, man? You don't catch the goats by working less hard. Let me tell you that. Yeah, that's another thing you could do is you could sell this ticket at one of those exchanges. Actually, it's not that bad in Missouri right now, brother. Today it's actually okay. I think it's like 40 degrees outside. It is not too bad here in Missouri today. Here's a good analysis that we can run. We can do this on the stream tomorrow morning. We can look at some of the highest ranked guys on the PFF big board who are not being drafted. I finally got a guy I wanted. Finally got Brashard Smith. One time. God, this is whatever the opposite of an adult in the room. That's what this running back room is. JT, Caleb Johnson, Cam Scatterboot, Devin Neal, Austin Eckler, Brashard Smith. That is not an adult running back room. Wide receiver room, much more adult. Jefferson, Rome, Jalen Waddle, Egbuka, Shaheed, Dubs, and Savion. Ooh, 80. He's bigger though. Brashard Smith, I think, is bigger. Who needs the sun when you can just draft Sun God? It's true. I hate to do it because I like to get these streams to 4 hours, but my puppy has been in her kennel for 4 hours. So after I make this pick, I'm going to sign off. I will be back with all of you guys in 1 hour. 1 hour I will be back to do the members only Swolecast. Dave and I are going to draft a big board together, which is beautiful. You guys tell me, who's my last wide receiver pick going to be? Start nominating last round wide receivers in the chat. You have a gauntlet with who's Devonta? Devonta, Hurts, Saquon, Kareem, and Xavier. I don't know. I'd pay a little. Gadsden is at tight end. I'm not taking this Nick Westbrook-Akine. No, Patreon membership does not get you into this Swolecast Membies. Patreon membership gets you into the Discord, gets you the bonus podcast, gets you all of my fantasy football writing, gets all my rankings, but those are separate things. I could take back. Pierce is gone, but I do like it. I think I'm just going to do what I always do, and I'm going to take Elijah Moore. Final team: Justin Jefferson, Jonathan Taylor, Trey McBride, Roma Dunze, Jalen Waddle, Caleb Johnson, Emeka Egbuka, Rashid Shaheed, Bo Nix, Cam Scattaboo, Devin Neal, Michael Penix, Romeo Dubs, Justin Fields, Savion Williams, Austin Eckler, Dalton Schultz, Gunnar Helm, Rashard Smith, and Elijah Moore. That was a pretty good team. I just put the link to become a YouTube member in the chat. I would love if you guys would join me in the Discord. Just if you wanted to hang out with me, it's a great way to support the channel. It allows me to keep doing all this stuff. I will, of course, be back with you guys all tomorrow. It's probably going to be early tomorrow. I have to, I'm leaving town tomorrow. I'm going to go get on a big jet plane tomorrow. So I'm going to stream pretty early in the morning. So when you guys are getting your sweet little heads off the pillow, I'll be coming home from the gym and I will be clicking live and we'll be doing the thing. I appreciate all of you. I love all of you. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, join as a member, and make sure that you're subscribed for daily fantasy football videos. I will be back with all of you tomorrow. It's Short King Summer, dude. It just feels like no one in fantasy sports ever learns anything. Does he mistime it, or is Brock Bowers just a grown man? Brock Bowers is just a grown man. Dare I say, Rich, football might be back. In the words of Lane Johnson, this offense